Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next edition of the Losers Lounge podcast. It's the second episode of Season 4. I am Christian freaking Maracle. It's good to be here. It's been a couple months since we did our season premiere. Big reasons because quite a number of us have been absent due to family and other reasons, alright? It's that time of the year where everybody has a good time. This podcast is sponsored by WWE 2K22. No, it's not. So, moving forward, we are going to be talking NXT TakeOver In Your House, the events that took place this past Sunday. Sorry, folks, ahead of time that we did not do a predictions video for that one. We were going to, but then some family things happened with each one of us, so we were not able to do the podcast. Apologize a million times for that. And, of course, we're going to be predicting the events of this upcoming Sunday's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which is shockingly happening in June instead of October, but we'll get to that after we're done with NXT. But before we even get started, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a number of people here with me. First off, put on a note, the Double R Wrestler Ryan is not here. He is not feeling well today, so Ryan, feel better. Hope you get better soon, and we'll see him hopefully on next week's podcast when we review the events of Hell in a Cell. In the meantime, joining me right here is two-time Losers Lounge Member of the Year and Optimistic Hall of Famer, the Heelist of Ballers!
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Brother Maracle. And oh my gosh, has it really been 2 months? It doesn't feel like it's been 2 months. My gosh, it's been a while. I've missed this, and I've been counting down the days for our return. And here we are. We're back. I am, of course, the Heelist of Ballers. You guys know who I am. You guys know what I'm like. And yeah, it's great to be back.
What happened to your cat? Wait, hold on a second. What happened to your catchphrase? Aren't you the Heelist of Ballers and then there's something else?
Well, I used to call myself the Undisputed Prince of the IWC and the YWC, but I decided to kind of tone it down a little bit because, I don't want to put myself above everybody else. I don't see myself as above or beneath anybody else in the world. So I decided, kind of cut it down. But maybe, just maybe, that will make a return. But for now, I'm just Heel Balor.
By the way, folks, ladies and gentlemen, at some point over the last couple months, Heel Balor hit 10,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, man, it's freaking crazy. Last time you guys saw me, probably freaking a few months ago or whatever, I was at freaking, I think, 8,000 or whatever. And here I am 2 months later, it's like 10,000. Remember that day?
I don't even know what the hell happened, but it happened. How come you got 10,000 followers and I don't? But then again, I got 107,000 followers over here on YouTube, but, that's okay.
Exactly. I mean, Chris has me beat on YouTube and Instagram. I got all the losers squashed on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Numbers... It's not a competition about numbers, otherwise we'd be like AEW. Oops!
Oh no! We said the forbidden word. We better open the forbidden door.
Crap, run for your life, just kidding. Alright, folks, Heel Balor's not the only one person here with us. We have a couple of guests with here. One's a returning guest, and the other's a brand new guest. Let's go meet the brand new guest first. Ladies and gentlemen, Here is a good friend of Willie's. His name is also Will, but we're calling him Beast Mode. Beast, how you doing?
Hey guys, what's good? Chris, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. I've been listening to the podcast for a bit too. I've always wanted to be on the podcast, and now today I am. This is going to be great. I'm so hyped.
Excellent. Welcome to the podcast. It's awesome to see you. Beast, that's a great name. We'll call you Beast. I like it.
Hell yeah.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, our other guest here is somebody who's been on our podcast before. He was his most recent one was actually the big near 7-hour podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, is not only a cool guy, he's not only Kmoney, he is also 2021 Optimistic Hall of Fame inductee, K-Sean.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that beautiful introduction, Christian. Yes, it is me back again with these amazing people back on this podcast. I'm not gonna lie, I miss being on this podcast, and all I want to say is thank you so much for that for the induction into the Optimistic Hall of Fame.
You didn't even know. Here's a fun fact, folks. He did not even know that was going to happen.
I'm actually shocked, man.
Ta-da!
Same here.
You are joining a list of people who absolutely deserved it.
Holy crap!
Welcome.
And I guess this is like an early birthday present for me. That's right.
I guess
this Sunday.
I guess in some ways,
not only is it Hell in a Cell, but it is also my 20th birthday.
Awesome. Happy early birthday.
Yeah, baby.
Sean.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, Sean will join the 2021 Optimistic Hall of Fame class and will perform his induction speech on the Optimistic Award Show, on the 6th Annual Award Show, on December 1st, 2021. That should be good. That's always a fun time.
Oh, man.
All right, folks. But welcome to everybody here. But this is not only that type of thing. Heel Baszler, this is also an interesting thing to talk about. We have been the Losers Lounge for 4 years now.
Man, like I said, man, it's been 4 years since we've done this. And why does Christian say that? Well, this past week, we hit 4 years, June 10th. And that was the first podcast. You guys can go way back in time when it was the Maracle Seating podcast. I remember how it all happened and went down. So I remember it was just me, Kels, Connor, and Double R. I remember Chris came on and told us, like, hey, do y'all want to do a podcast and all that? You know, he didn't have any guests that day. I remember that. And he said, sell that to us. And I was like, yeah, sure. We're all like, sure, why not? I remember, and you guys go back in time and just watch that vid, man. We were nervous as heck. Telling you, man. And, of course, over the years, we went through, or at least I went through different name changes, obviously. I was, of course, I can't about to say this, Mr. Swag. So, yes, you can laugh, bro. I know you're waiting to laugh your ass off at that.
It's all good. We ain't laughing at you, though.
Mr. Swag.
Exactly. So, as Mr. Swag, I was Prince Balor. And then, of course, in 2018, I became Heel Balor. Ever since then, I've been Heel Balor. So,
that's odd. Didn't Heel Balor and Prince Balor actually become a thing on the same freaking day?
Yes. Yeah. Legit. And I think Chris was the one who came with the name. I don't know who came with the name.
The Losers.
I remember who came with it.
I came up with it because, honestly, there was a time where we were talking about the fact that we were all people who were victims of bullying, being called losers all the time. Like, people who talk wrestling all the time, they're just a bunch of losers. I'm like, well, you know what? We should honestly embrace what they called us. I mean, this is actually, we could actually figure this as a cool lounge. We always hang out, we talk, we sit and talk about things. It's having fun. They want to call us losers? We'll call ourselves the Losers Lounge.
Originally, it was loser, like, because I remember Chris pronounced it loser, and then we were like, losers, you know, because it makes sense. And ever since then, we've been like that.
Yep, there's 5 of us.
Legit. Originally, there was more. Shout out to those people, by the way. Yes, the lounge used to be a lot bigger back in the day. Now it's shortened to like 5. But, yeah, man, it's like 4 years, and I've been blessed to have these guys in my life. And like I said, man, I don't call many people family in my life on the internet. But, you know, these guys, and of course, our guests here, our family to me, my brothers, of course, and my fellow losers are my family as well. And our listeners who are amazing. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. You guys help us get through a lot when we're on here, regardless of what we talk about, whatever topics we talk about, whatever situations we're in. You guys are always patient and just willing to listen to what we do, regardless if you like it or you dislike it. We've talked many things. We've talked controversial things. We've talked things you might like, things you don't like. But the thing is that you guys are still here and you're listening to us, and that's all that we care about. And you know, it's crazy. And I'm very happy to be a part of this podcast. And I don't think I've had it in a way. And I hope the years go on, man. Here we are, me and Chris, 25 years old, and we're still doing this. We're gonna be doing probably till our 90s. And,
oh my God, that'd be weird, but okay.
And I don't know, man. Like it's been an amazing journey, man. And for me, at least, I want to say, you know, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart to all the listeners and the viewers who have listened to what we do, love what we do. You know, we've had people comment and say, "Oh my gosh, you guys are inspiration. You guys are probably the best podcast out there." Do we put ourselves up there as the best podcast ever? Hey, everyone has a little bit of an ego out there. We do it. You know, that's what we do. And do we think we're the best podcast in the world? Hey, it's up for debate. Who knows? But the thing is that we're still doing this. And to this day, man, I still can't believe, like, I'm in a podcast. And like I said, I didn't know Chris way back then. Literally, he fell in my lap. and it's just been an amazing ride. And 4 years. And like I said, man, it's been great. And there's been great episodes. There's been sad episodes. There's been ups, downs, lefts, rights, in between. The guests, all of the guests have been great. The topics we've discussed, the episodes we've done have been fantastic. And, yeah, man, it's been great. I don't want to take all the glory here since it's not just my podcast, everybody's podcast. I mean, does anyone want to say anything?
I'm good.
I've been listening to the Losers Lounge for a long time. I remember when it first started, and then when it became the Losers Lounge. And I'm not a big podcast listener, but when I do listen to a podcast, I always choose the Losers Lounge. It never fails to make me happy. You know, on my days when I'm down, I listen to a funny episode, you know, or I just want like a recap of a show that I don't remember all that well. I'll listen to the Losers Lounge. It never fails to make my days better. And 4 years is an incredible milestone for anybody and anything to hit. But for you guys, it is the Losers Lounge. 4 years going on strong, and there's going to be many more years to come. And I cannot wait to see what paths you guys go down for the Losers Lounge.
It's hard to believe this is his first time ever being on the podcast. That was an excellent thing he did.
Thank you, man.
Funny enough, me and Beast actually met on Twitter. And we met on Twitter. So I'll tell you the story about how we met. We met on Twitter in this little thing called Spaces. Now, Spaces basically is think of Instagram Live, except you can't see anybody. You know, it's all meet and greet, hear a person's voice and all that. So we met in there. And we talked the first time. It was like, wow, there was like this connection. It was like, this dude knows what he's talking about. Like this dude, and I've said that many times about our guests before, and all of our friends and all that. But it's like, this guy actually has a good mind for wrestling. He's very respectful. You know, he doesn't choose his side. He doesn't choose sides. He's his own man. And he's great guy. And ever since then, he's been a part of our little crew. Shout out to our crew, by the way. We love you guys so much. We know you're listening. And that's how we met. And been cool. Yeah. So I asked him, I'm like, yo, do you want to get on the podcast? And his reaction was like, sure, man. And it's just, it was great. And then here he is.
That's awesome. A.K. Sean, of course, he's been on a number of podcasts and been one of our best supporters. He's done cool things, funny things, ranty things, and sometimes a little over the top things. But overall, he's a great guy. He's got a great heart. And it's because of all that stuff and all the motivation, inspiration he's done that we will be honoring him at the Optimistic Hall of Fame this December.
Most definitely, especially with what he's done for me over these past few months. I went through a rough shit in my life, and he was always there for me. Same thing with what he's been going through. We're friends, we're brothers. You know, same with Will and me. You know, Christian, same thing with you, man. Of course, our other fellow losers out there and our little crew we have on Skype and all that. And Sean, you want to say a few words, dude?
Man, I'm over here legit about to tear up. But I've been watching Christian since 2016, and when he announced this Losers Lounge podcast, I'm like, okay, I can give this a listen, and I try to make it my mission to see every episode on the day they come out, and literally I only missed watching 2 episodes. Like literally only 2 episodes, and those are the 2 that I had to get private for a certain reason. I'm not gonna say what, but you guys know what that reason is.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've seen almost every podcast episode except for those 2 episodes, and to not only be a guest this many times as I have, but to also get inducted into the Optimistic Hall of Fame, along with the rest of the Losers Lounge and Long Neck Josh. I'm sorry, I'm legit about to cry.
Let it out, bro. That's what we all here for, man.
It's legit an honor, man. And I can't thank you enough. And oh my God, how appropriate is it that I got that news literally during my birthday week, like literally 4 days before, 4 days before my birthday.
Here's the thing.
I gotta say thank you, man.
I've had Keishan on the list of those who were to join the Optimistic Hall of Fame in 2021. I've had this on my ideas for a couple months now, just trying to figure out what would be the best way to do it. And I'm like, you know what? He's been an avid listener to the podcast, and he's honestly been on the podcast before. I'm like, why not do it? Well, why not surprise him literally on the podcast? And boom, here we are.
Thank you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go to the main course at hand. We're to talk NXT TakeOver in Your House, and we're going to kick off with that first. that show took place this past Sunday. 5 matches took place. Several crazy things happened, but we're going to do this one match at a time. So who's ready to talk NXT TakeOver?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, then. Ladies and gentlemen, starting things off with the winner-take-all 6-man tag team match for both the NXT North American title and the NXT tag team titles. It's the first time in quite a while that we had a winner-take-all match in tag team form. One of the last times I remember a tag team match where it was a winner-take-all was SummerSlam 2008, when Beth Phoenix and Santino Marella beat Mickie James and Kofi Kingston to win both the Women's and Intercontinental Championship. And now, in this case, we had North American champ Bronson Reed teaming with the NXT Tag Team Champions, MSK, which finally we figured out what it means. It's must-see kids.
Okay.
That's what it was. Apparently, it was in their theme the whole time.
This whole time I thought it stood for Marvel Super Kids.
That could have been a close guess as well. They took on the 6-man tag team of Legado del Fantasma, Joaquin Wilde, Raul Mendoza, and Santos Escobar. In a match that, in my opinion, was the best match of the night. The opening match, in my opinion, was the best match of the night because the amount of insane back-and-forth action that took place throughout that whole thing was awesome. And the team of Bronson Reed and MSK retained their tag team titles. So I'm actually going to kick things off, starting with Keishan. What was your thoughts on the winner-take-all match?
I think it was pretty good. Like, I missed like the first 5 minutes of it because obviously I don't have Peacock. I have Peacock, but I don't have Peacock Premium. So I've been using a stream that Balor has been hooking me up with. I haven't another word. And
it's so weird.
Yeah, he actually hooked me up with the streaming site, and I've been watching it, but for some reason the stream would not work, so I had missed out on like the first 5 minutes, and by the time I finally got the stream to work, it was like right near the end, so I missed a good chunk of it. But from what I saw, it looked like it was a dope match.
Yep, not bad.
So I might have to try and get Peacock or something to try and watch it again.
Yeah, you may want to consider that. And here's the thing. Guarantee Keishan's going to hate me for this, but thank God for the fully functioning WWE Network in Canada.
Okay, like with me, with Peacock, it's very interesting because shout out to my buddy Double R for hooking me up with Peacock. He's helping me out with that one. And from my experience with Peacock, and I know people are having, different experiences with it. For me, I really haven't had any problems with it outside of like, you can't fast forward and rewind or like go to like your favorite parts and like wrestling. And everything's labeled in seasons. I don't like that. Like, that's the only thing I don't like about Peacock. And everything's labeled. And so, of course, not everything on the network is there just yet. They're still working out the kinks and the buds and the whistles and all that. But, from my experience with Peacock, I mean, I don't have any really big problems with that. So, and of course, like I said, I got premium, and it's pretty interesting. But I don't know. People have been asking about the Peacock thing, and there's your answer.
So far, though, what was Willie, your thoughts on the winner take all match?
Oh my gosh, dude! Like, I watched the entire match, and really good from start to finish, in my opinion. It was fast paced. It was awesome. It was incredible. And is that the match of the night? Yeah. Like, I personally have a different match. You guys probably know what match it is. But I really enjoyed this match. It was a great way to open the show. And plus, they're at full capacity, I believe, 300 people in total in the CWC, which is great. It was great to see the crowd back. Everyone was electric. It was energized. Everyone was on their feet the entire time. And sure, there were a little bit of times where the crowd got a little quiet and silent, but that's what comes with pro wrestling in this business. And in my opinion, this match and just the way the crowd flowed with this match, it was incredible. And fun thing about this whole show, I did a predictions video, and apparently I got every match right. So that's really shocking. But yeah, man, this is really good. The right team won, in my opinion. I think the babyfaces should have went over anyways. There was no reason to take the titles off them, in my opinion. And plus, I'm going to address this right here.
Why are y'all booing MSK? Where's this coming from? I don't understand. Y'all been booing MSK ever since they won the tag title, since they won the whole Dusty Cup Tag Classic, all that stuff, and y'all been booing them. I don't understand why, but y'all being fickle fans. Enough said.
I suppose so, yeah.
Send him a man Bronson Reed. I just wanted to address that there. And, yeah. That's all I got to say. Good match. Really great came up the show.
Yes,
That's all I got to say.
Here's the other question I got. Is Santos Escobar dead after Bronson crashed him right through the freaking barricade?
Dude, that was a wicked spot, man. That was like, holy crap. Like, boom. That was insane. Like, oh, my gosh.
And
great spot.
For once, Bronson Reed was actually the type of who did something that should have been done a lot of the times when it comes to someone his size versus someone, let's say, Joaquin Wilde's size, or Roman Mendoza, trying to kick him and he doesn't even flinch.
That had me on the floor, man. And he's no-selling everything. That was just
wow. No, it's not no-selling. It's the fact of the matter is that the small guy, his kick is not powerful enough to take down the big guy.
That's true. Yeah, no sell mixed with something else. Anyways,
yeah.
But yeah, other than that, man, like great match, great way to open the show, and I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
All I got to say about it.
All right, Beast, what was your thoughts on the 6-man tag team match?
My thoughts on the tag match. It was a great way to open the show. I was so happy I was wrong because I had a feeling that Legado del Fantasma was going to get the dub. And that's why I predicted them. But I wanted the champs to retain. I wanted it so bad. And I was so happy that I was wrong because, God, they shouldn't have taken the titles off them at that point. I think since Bronson just got the North American Championship and MSK have been great tag champs, I think they deserve a little bit of a longer reign, both of them. I think that Santos Escobar is going to be North American champion at some point, but I think that show, the opener, was not the time for him to win. I'm glad that Legado didn't win. The spot where Bronson Reed pounced this, like, just crushed this man through the barricade, like, it reminded me of the Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano spot a while ago when Keith Lee pounced Gargano. He went like through the plexiglass or something. Like he fell through the barricade.
That was coincidentally at last year's In Your House.
Yeah, it was last year's In Your House. You're right. And that spot was good, but I think this spot, what put this one over the edge, was the fact there was chain like going over the plexiglass. Oh my God, that made it so much more gruesome looking. And the fact that there was chain or the chain link and he pushed it, slammed Santos Escobar through it. Escobar's back, his back has to be black and blue. Like that had to kill to go through that.
Without a doubt, going through something like that is a really painful experience. And I'm glad in the short time that I wrestled, I did not go through something like that. Although if I go back into wrestling, I guarantee I might go through a thing or two like that.
Like I never got pounced like he did to like a chain link fence, but one time I did try skateboarding. One time I was actually a really hardcore skateboarder with a bunch of friends of mine, but it took one bad fall because I messed up and I made a turn, and then I just hit a freaking fence that was like right behind me, and I thought I wasn't gonna hit it. Turned out I was wrong. I hit it, and I just hit the back of my head in my back off the fence, and oh my God, that hurt so bad, dude. Ouch!
Hope you didn't get concussed from that.
I didn't, thank God.
That's good.
Thank goodness I didn't.
Yeah. All right. Overall, though, the champions retain, and then we're going on to the next match. The next match was, in my opinion, the worst match of the night. It was kind of short, not to mention it wasn't that good. There's a few pet peeves I need to point out about it. But Xia Li versus Mercedes Martinez in Xia Li's first ever TakeOver match. She's been in NXT for like almost, 3-4 years now?
Yes.
And this is the first time she's ever been on TakeOver.
Yes.
But I'll be honest, the entrance was pretty frightening, I'll tell you that. I mean, Mei Ying, the one who's sitting with that hood over herself or something like that hat and whatnot, kind of reminded me of the Grudge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's actually a running joke. And there's actually a running joke that we do when we watch NXT, and if that woman is on TV, I always end up making the grudge noise every time she shows up.
Oh God,
he does. He does.
And I love Xia Li's entrance because she played
So
one
cool.
of my favorite video game characters of all time, which was Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Not bad, not bad. I like what the thing that Xia Li's got going on with Mei Ying and Bo. Is that his name?
Bo Dallas. No, wrong person.
Boa.
Bo.
Boa, like Boa Constrictor. Got it. Boa. It's very interesting to think about. I honestly need to see more of it because, well, it seems to me like this whole thing just begun, especially with I like Mercedes Martinez, like was not even afraid whatsoever of this.
Oh, definitely.
The thing, of course, is like, is it possible Mercedes could be called up to the main roster or something?
Possible.
I wouldn't be against it.
Maybe.
Wouldn't be the first time either.
That's true.
I'm here for it.
Retaliation.
I swear she was like a part of some group. I can't remember what that group was called.
I think we actually saw her. I think we actually saw her. Like, yeah, she kicked Kmoney in the face when Retribution attacked us.
Man, those are the times.
Yeah. What the hell?
That freaking Mace hit me over the head with a goddamn baseball bat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't understand how they brought the weapons in, but you know what? Everything's been good now ever since then. I mentioned the pet peeves I had about this match. This is the big one. Xia Li absolutely no-sell the leg injury. Like, you ever notice there was one moment she looking to kick Mercedes, but Mercedes ducked. She kicked the full force of her leg right into the ring post. But then suddenly,
I saw that.
she's able to run. She's able to land on her legs and not even wince. I'm like, if you hit your leg, if you suffer a leg injury, you have to sell said injury. Otherwise, it sucks. And you suck.
Exactly.
No offense.
Like what the hell is her leg made out of? Adamantium?
Yeah. Here's the thing. If they're going to say this is this whole supernatural thing, here's the thing. I went on a little bit of a pet peeve, like on the NXT Stand and Deliver sins. When I mentioned about Kyle O'Reilly, he was not clear to compete because of, what was it again? His neck or something like that?
Yes.
Wasn't clear to compete, and took a crap load of beatdowns, and yet was somehow able to suddenly just return and act like it never happened. All due respect to Kyle O'Reilly's victory over Adam Cole on that night, it was very, very bad. Because, no Superman comebacks like that, supernatural comebacks, it's not believable. And Xia Li, of course, here's the thing. For Xia Li's case, the match was like less than 8 minutes long. And she kicked the ring post 5 minutes in. All of a sudden, she's just totally fine.
And she kicked the fuck out of that ring post.
Dude, the sound it made.
Hell yeah, if something makes it sound like that, here's the thing. You can continue going on, but you got to sell the leg injury. Like, I give mad props to Cesaro on his arm injury, that the whole thing he did with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash. That was a great manner of selling things.
Oh, absolutely. Cesaro knows how to really sell an injury. Xia, I think since she kicked the ring post, she should have absolutely sold it more. Also given, because, like I said, the sound it made. Like, when something happens and it makes that big of a sound, when you, kick a ring post, or, you go to punch your opponent, you punch the ring post, and it makes that slap noise, you gotta sell it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sell the injury, because those things are supposed to hurt stuff. Here's the thing. Go ahead, don't actually do this, but kick an actual pole, and then tell me how it feels. Are you going to just suddenly keep walking it off like that, like nothing happened?
I have done that by accident.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did that too, because I tried to do some, because obviously I was dumb then. I was like 15 when I did this, but I just saw the original Karate Kid for the first time, and I tried to do a karate move, and I tried and I thought I cleared it. Turned out I was wrong. I fucked up and I hit a fucking street pole. You know, the one that says like what the name of the street is.
Yeah.
I kicked the fuck out of it. I legit broke my damn leg.
Oh my god!
I almost broke my goddamn leg.
Oh, almost broke it. Oh, at first you said broke it, but then all of a sudden it was almost.
Yeah, I almost broke my damn leg.
Okay. Or even that's still painful. And here's the thing. Now imagine Xia Li did that. Here's the LED post. I don't think it's freaking softened. No, it's not.
No, like it has LED lights in it.
Yeah.
Like legit for her to hit that ring post like that, and then immediately like no sell, like nothing happened. She had to have like some type of padding in her boot or something.
And even then,
like she had to have some type of padding in there or something.
And even then, like here's the thing: if she had a padding and she wasn't actually hurt, that's good. But the thing is, you know, people watching on TV, no one's gonna take a look at somebody who just kicked the freaking ring post and think, oh, they're fine, they're totally fine, everything's okay. That doesn't look believable. You got to make it look realistic.
Exactly.
Seriously.
You know,
is somebody gonna take? It makes me wonder: is somebody gonna take a low blow and not even react?
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not, yeah.
I'm half expecting, Dominic now to low blow Roman Reigns and Roman just turn around and Superman punch him.
Why could Roman actually see Roman doing that?
Like I can legit see that happening. Like Dominic tries to hit Roman in the nuts, and then Roman turns around like, "What the fuck was that? Was that supposed to do something to me?"
Well, we'll get to Roman. We'll get to Roman Reigns a little later because we'll have a lot to talk about for Hell in a Cell. But in the meantime, aside from all that, the match between Xia Li and Mercedes was not that good. And honestly, I would have hoped it was a little longer, not to mention a little better, because when Boa got involved and everything, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm starting to tune out.
I had that vibe as well. I was like, I mean, I paid attention, but I was more talking to these guys in the little call we have every single week. And I was like, you know, the match is okay-ish, but I'm not paying attention. So I was on my phone and checking Twitter and all that. I was like, I'm not paying attention to this match. It was, for me, it was just okay. I would have rather had this on the pre-show. If not, I think the reason they didn't have it on the pre-show was because of what happened at the end. But still, I would have, if the ending didn't happen, like I would have had this on the pre-show. That's just me. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad or anything, but it was just okay.
Yeah.
Beast, and speaking of Boa, sorry, you go ahead, Chris.
All right, Beast, what was your thoughts on Xia Li versus Mercedes?
I absolutely agree. Weakest match on the show. It definitely, I don't want to say it underdelivered, but for the time that they were given, it was okay. But I feel like it should have gone longer, and I feel like it should have been better. And I feel like Xia should have sold the freaking leg post kick. You know, like the ring post leg kick, not the leg, but you know what I meant. So.
And by the way, sorry to interrupt, but I just now remembered that same injured leg is what she used to win the match when she kicked Mercedes in the arm.
Bro, for real, like this? Yeah, that's the same leg. What is she doing?
Oh,
and how can a kick to the arm actually finish someone off to a 1-2-3?
Yeah, apparently a kick to the shoulder blade knocks him out.
Well, actually, it wasn't a shoulder blade. I looked at it close. It was more closer to the elbow.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's just going to cause someone to have an arm injury, but that's not going to knock them the hell out. When was the last time you shot someone in the foot and they just died?
Exactly. Like,
I'm not at liberty to disclose that type of information. Said to my lawyer.
Wow. Okay, what I mean is, okay, I'll be honest. The only time you would actually expect to see that is in a video game when you shoot someone in the foot and they die. But that's video game logic.
Yeah.
In this case, we just added video game logic into Mercedes losing from getting kicked in her arm by an injured leg.
Yeah.
So honestly, the power
makes no sense.
Yeah, the power of the leg kick should not have even been effective that much because Xia was hurt, or so she has completely forgotten about that.
That is like legit WWE 2K logic.
Yeah, but Beast, go ahead, continue.
It just makes it even worse, you know, that I didn't even realize that it was an elbow kick. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't even notice. Like, that makes it even worse that, one, it was the injured leg. 2, it was a roundhouse kick to the elbow. Like,
I mean, if she hit her
Seriously.
funny, even if she hit her
which
funny
doctorate
bone.
bullshit is that?
I mean, here's like we've all hit our funny bone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
It hurts like
It ain't
fuck.
funny.
It hurts like hell, but it's
Oh,
not gonna knock
yeah.
us out and get a 1, 2, 3.
No, yeah, you hit
Legit.
your funny bone, you're gonna go, ow, shit, that hurt. You know, bro, like, yes, for the time that they were given, it was okay. They could have done better. Xia could have sold the leg kick, and she also could have actually kicked her with the non-injured leg. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Seriously.
then, what's the spooky lady's name? I forget her name.
Mei Ying, I think. Mei Ying.
Mei Ying. Thank you.
Not Mei Young,
Yeah.
folks. Not Mei Young.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's Mei Young. Oh my god.
Yeah. Mae Young. I could have definitely saw Mae Young playing this gimmick for some reason.
Oh god, I got that horrible mental image in my
Oh my
head
god.
now.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I'm starting
Oh
to.
god. Oh yeah, I'm picturing it in my head.
I'm starting to regret Case Sean being inducted in the Hall of Fame now.
When Mei Ying gets up and she puts the
Imagine.
tongue and death grip on Mercedes, that was a cool spot. I haven't seen a tongue and death grip in a long time, so I thought that was pretty sweet. That got a pop out of me.
Yeah,
but
that was good.
after that,
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah,
it was
and
okay.
And I love how before that had happened, Mercedes was basically like, okay, we've all seen that movie, The Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember that one scene where Batman was driving towards the Joker and the Joker was like, come on, that's right, I want you to do it, come on, hit me. That's basically what Mercedes Martinez did before she got grabbed. Like, she was basically like, do something. I'm right here. Do something.
All
And
right.
then she did, and then she was like, okay, I immediately regret my decision.
Yep. So, Keshawn, what was
Seriously.
your thoughts on Xia Li versus Mercedes?
It was meh until until the very end. I wasn't really interested in it because I really wanted to see what Mei Ying was gonna do, and then I saw that I didn't even notice how hard Xia Li kicked the ring post until they showed the replay of it, and I'm like, how are you still walking? Like, okay, like obviously I'm not. These two know I'm not the biggest fan of Dolph Ziggler, but even I gotta admit, even he would have sold that better than Xia Li did.
Actually, he has sold the leg injuries.
Exactly my point. Like he sold that better than Xia Li did.
Yeah,
And
I guess she just needs a little bit more seasoning.
yeah, oh definitely.
That's okay, though.
But yeah, it was like all in all, the match was meh. And also with Boa, I don't know why, but for some reason I always get Neo from the Matrix vibes when I look at him with the suit and his shades on. And I don't know why. I guess it's just because I'm a big fan of the Matrix. But every time I look at him, I always think of Neo. Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. Did I get everybody?
Yep.
Yes, you did.
All right. Who's ready to talk the $1 Million Championship?
Oh, I've got
Me.
stuff to say about this, man.
Yeah, we have a ladder match. This is actually the second takeover in a row with a ladder match.
And this one I was actually able to watch.
I mean, yeah. Let's be perfectly honest. The cruiserweight title unification bout with Santos Escobar and Jordan Devlin was not that good.
I didn't even watch it. I didn't even see Night 2 of Stand and Deliver.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It just wasn't that good in my opinion because honestly, here's the thing. We're talking two cruiserweights and everything, and it's a ladder match.
Yeah.
You'd expect more than what we had, which is a big shame. But you know what? It is what it is. But in this case, it's Cameron Grimes and LA Knight stacking money. I can see it going.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody gonna finish it?
Who's gonna finish it?
I can see
I
it
don't remember
going.
the lyrics.
Okay, fuck it. To the moon.
Yep. I was waiting for someone else to finish it.
Yeah, it's all good. Yep, Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, and a ladder match for the $1 Million Championship was sponsored, obviously, by Ted DiBiase. What I actually admired about this was, despite the $1 million title being placed above the ring, it was still locked inside that glass case. Really showed the prestige of that thing.
Imagine falling and broke.
Oh my god.
Well, the first person to grab it would win it then.
Bruh.
Just imagine, though, if it actually did that. It's like the first person to, retrieve the $1 million title gets it. What if the briefcase actually fell and they didn't grab it? It broke. And then Ted DiBiase grabbed it and says, "I'm still champ."
What a cop-out that would have been.
So funny.
And
I would have hated it, but loved it.
And I was watching NXT with these guys last night, and I mentioned something that was a missed opportunity in my eyes for Ted DiBiase, even though it's not wrestling related. But can you imagine him playing Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob?
Oh my god.
He would have been perfect to play Mr. Krabs. Dude.
Well, he loves money.
And he even got the last. He even got the last.
Har 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 har. I don't think that, no.
Like, can you imagine Mr. Krabs laughing like Ted DiBiase?
No, that doesn't really sound like good for... When you look at Mr. Krabs and you look at Ted DiBiase, I don't really see that much. No offense, but I just don't really see it that much.
I can see it because they both love money.
I've now got the image of Ted DiBiase in a sailor suit.
Oh my god.
The old school, like, white and blue, like...
Ted DiBiase.
This man out here like freaking
I
tub,
highly, Mr. DiBiase, if you're watching this, I highly doubt you are. But if you are, can you take the social media on Halloween of you in a sailor costume? That will make Halloween for us.
And if you do, like, you give this man credit because he's the one that came up with the ideas. So yeah, there's that.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is weird.
Look, you traumatized Beast over here. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That shit rules.
All right. As for the ladder match itself, the winner was LA Knight. When a lot of people picked Cameron Grimes, though I picked LA Knight because I'm like, Cameron Grimes winning would be the obvious choice here. What if the non-obvious choice got the win?
Yeah.
And thus, LA Knight got the win. The whole thing was building up to Cameron Grimes winning it. That's why I'm like, it's going to be LA Knight. And I saw, like, did you notice Impact Wrestling posted, like, a recap match? It's Trevor Lee versus Eli Drake.
Like the second it ended.
Oh my god, really? That's funny.
Yep. I'm like, well, yeah, those two fought off there. Now they fought here. And here's the thing. Is it kind of weird that I prefer Cameron Grimes over Trevor Lee?
The only thing I remember him being Trevor Lee was getting his head cracked with a center block by Killer Cross. And that's literally it.
Cross.
And, well, literally all those guys are in NXT right now.
And
crazy.
I'm just destroying everything.
We'll get to Cross a little later, but in the meantime, in this ladder match, it was actually really good. A lot better than the Cruiserweight title match, the Stand and Deliver. And, not to mention, it had some great moments from both LA Knight and Cameron Grimes. I actually liked the ending moment where Cameron was like knocked off right onto a bridge ladder that was on the stage setup.
That had to suck.
And did you notice they finally actually used the ladder that was on the stage?
They did.
I know, right?
Normally they just ignore it.
Yeah.
The fact that made the spot worse, the ladder didn't break.
Well, it was a golden ladder.
And the thing with that is that it looked like he was just about to miss it.
Yeah.
Like it legit looked like he was just about to miss it.
Yeah, if he landed on the edge, causing him to suddenly flip to the side and crashed, oh my god, I'd fear for him.
Oh god, that would have sucked.
It would have.
Even more if he missed.
The neck breaker and then that fall. Oh my
Especially
god.
like landing on that stage like that is no padding whatsoever. Like he would.
Yeah, that. Oh my god.
Like that's a hard ass surface.
I mean, I hate to bring this into the case, but like it's like thankfully not as bad as AEW stage, and it's not a shot at AEW. It's more of the fact that their stage is severely dangerous. Who puts stairs close to the ring?
Exactly. Like
have you seen someone actually almost hit their damn head on the stairs?
That is a lawsuit just waiting to happen.
Yeah,
dude.
That have been sued yet.
That's an accident waiting to happen. I'm surprised nothing has happened yet.
Yeah, well, then
exactly.
again,
That's not a shot.
But in the meantime, but just like AEW, I kind of like the color red.
Dude, I love red. Red's been my favorite color for years for some reason. I don't know why.
Red's a good color,
Well,
except when it comes to the case of Eva Marie or if you're in a business.
Eva Marie's pink, I think.
She was once all
Pink
red everything.
Although, technically, pink is another shade of red.
That is true.
That is true, yeah. And real men
Yeah.
wear pink, so, you know.
Yeah.
Real men
I'm
wear
not a real
pink.
man, I guess. I don't know.
It's all good. Anyway, but yeah, the stage setup on NXT, like, it's the one that goes straight across and goes into the ring. It's completely level with the ring as if it's the Elimination Chamber or an Impact Wrestling. But overall, though,
I like it backstage.
yeah,
Cool.
the match itself was good. I enjoyed it, and LA Knight, in my opinion, was the right person to win, especially with what he did to Ted DiBiase to follow, like this past Tuesday. Good God. Anyway, I'm gonna start with Yo Balor. Your thoughts on the ladder match?
Oh boy, like this was probably my second favorite match of the night. I think it brought a lot of energy and excitement to TakeOver. I think, as I said, LA Knight being the right person to win, it made sense. It was too predictable to have Cameron Grimes win. You wanted to be the chaser, not the challenger just yet. Or the chaser and not the champion just yet. I'm gonna phrase that. And him being in this match and what he did, same thing with LA Knight and the bumps these guys took. There were spots. What was that freaking spot that he took? One of them took. Was it Cameron Grimes' thing that took the spot that the ladder was placed on its side, and then I think it was a Michinoku driver or something like that on the freaking ladder.
Yeah.
Oh
so.
my.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
It was
cringed in that
It was
call.
underneath the turnbuckle, and LA Knight hit him with a neck breaker.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, net breaker. And we freaking cringed. We were like, oh, that was. Remember the spot with that was the Michinoku driver, the one with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was probably the second worst ladder spot. I've seen many ladder matches in my years as a wrestling fan, but oh my gosh.
Oh no, I just now remembered that. Speaking of Michinoku drivers, how crazy was that Santos Escobar hit one on Bronson Reed?
That was so cool.
I was shocked he got him up.
He hit it perfectly. That's what you call Mason's strength. And not to mention, Bronson Reed had the right cooperation to be put in the right place, put himself in the right place.
Very true.
Bronson's such a good wrestler. What's up?
Who said hold up?
I think Kashan did. What's up? I don't know if we should keep going or...
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay, that's cool.
That was weird.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. It was just a really good match in my opinion. But there were not that many bad spots in the match. Of course, there were bad spots. I'm talking about like ladder spots wise. Not saying they were bad, but you guys got what I'm trying to say here. They were bad for them because they took them. And, I think this was probably the second best match of the night. The right winner was LA Knight. And of course, it was obvious, with him turning on Ted DiBiase. Spoiler alert! It was pretty cool, him laying out DiBiase on NXT this past week, which in my opinion, probably the best NXT episode all year, in my opinion. Like, we're not even done with 2021. And just really, really good. Excuse me. Really, really good match. And overall, I really enjoyed it. The right winner was LA Knight. Cameron Grimes will get his moment, ladies and gentlemen. Just be patient. And I've really been a big fan of of Cameron Grimes, but it wasn't until his match with Finn Balor that he really woke me up. And I saw Trevor Lee and Impact. I wasn't really a big fan of him then. Now, I don't know. I guess my perception of him has changed, and he's a great wrestler, great athlete. Same with LA Knight. Not a big LA Knight guy. I think the guy's just okay-ish. I mean, I love his mic skills. His wrestling skills are pretty good. I don't know. I really don't see the hype that much with the guy, but he did great in this match as well. I'm loving that Ted DiBiase's back in NXT and like they're using him in a pretty good role. And keep in mind, Ted DiBiase is 67 years old. He's being punched in the face. How crazy is that?
It's
and
not, just the,
taking.
it's not just the fact that he's being
Insane.
punched in the face. He lands and takes a bump on the ring canvas.
Like, what's up?
It's not just that. He also took a bump on the ring canvas.
That's right. That was crazy. Like, holy crap.
All right. Beast, what was your thoughts on the ladder match?
My thoughts on the ladder match, it was one of the best matches of the night. I think, the $1 million championship really is, it's like the Money in the Bank briefcase. It is a heel prop. I think that it does it more justice when it is in the hands of a heel, not a babyface. So I think LA Knight winning here was hands down the right choice, especially because it built because, we were thinking, oh, Cameron Grimes is going to win, and then that swerve that LA Knight gets the dub. I thought that was great. And the spots, oh my God, the spots in this match. This match had some of the most brutal spots I've seen in a minute. The neck breaker onto the sideways ladder, when Cameron Grimes climbed the truss and jumped off with a crossbody. The ending spot when LA Knight pushed Cameron Grimes over the top rope and he landed on the ladder. And what made that spot worse is the ladder didn't break. That made me cringe. It made me hurt, and I loved it so much. LA Knight getting the win was hands down the right choice. And I think, the celebration afterwards of the pyro and stuff was so good. And absolutely, LA Knight definitely deserved to get the win here because, like I said, $1 million championship is a heel prop. It needs to be in the hands of a heel. I think it does better in the hands of a heel than a babyface. So LA Knight getting the win here, definitely the better move. And I think it was one of the best matches of the night.
All right, let's see.
I agree.
All right, Keshawn, if you're back yet. Keshawn, what was your thoughts on the ladder match?
Okay, y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, you were muted before.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you muted.
I thought I was unmuted. Anyway, yeah, it was like I said. Like, this might be an unpopular opinion, but to me, this was actually match of the night. The main event was good, but it was something about this match in particular that made it the best match of the night for me, at least. And after seeing what Cameron Grimes and LA Knight did, I gotta say, I'm becoming a fan of both these guys. I was a fan of LA Knight before when he was Eli Drake at Impact with the whole dummy, with that whole thing. So, and this just made me even more of a fan of his, and this just made me a fan of Cameron Grimes because usually I did not take Cameron Grimes seriously because of the whole because I always found him more as like a comedy character because of the stuff he did with Dexter Lumis. But now I'm starting to take him seriously now.
Excellent. All right, folks, we're going to move on to the next match. The next match was for the NXT Women's Championship as Raquel Gonzalez took on Ember Moon. This was actually another good match. I enjoyed it. Like, here's the thing. I don't understand, I think we're actually going to definitely bring this up. I don't get what the hate is for Raquel Gonzalez. She's a great champion.
Thank you, Christian Miracle. Thank you. You're fine. It's finally time to talk about it. Let's talk about it. And we're not leaving the NXT champion out either.
We'll get to the NXT champion a little later, but in the meantime, Raquel Gonzalez defeated Ember Moon to retain the championship in a match that was great.
It was good.
It was good. Not to mention, Ember Moon is also a fantastic challenger.
She is. She is. Jinx.
So before we get to the Raquel Gonzalez heat that we'll talk about in a moment, let's quickly run through the match. I'll start with Beast. What did you think of the NXT Women's Title match?
The match was really good. I've always been a fan of Ember Moon. She's so good. She's so talented, and I think it paints a perfect David versus Goliath match where you have Ember Moon, who is a shorter woman, going against Raquel Gonzalez, who is a taller woman, and they both have this skill that meshes so well between each other. And the only thing I didn't particularly care for was Dakota Kai getting involved. I mean, that was okay. I mean, I love Dakota Kai, but I think she should have been banned from ringside from this match. That's just me. But all around, this match was really good. Other than Dakota Kai getting involved, I didn't really think that was warranted. I didn't like it really, but the match was so good. Raquel getting the win, definitely the right choice. And Ember kind of screwed herself in NXT the show before this when she touched the title.
Oh yeah,
that she yeah.
You don't touch the title before you win it.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah, don't touch it. If it's not yours,
how I knew she
don't
was
touch
losing.
it.
Like, remember that one time, SummerSlam 2009, when William Regal challenged Christian for the ECW title before the match begins. Regal touched it and admired it, and then lost to Christian in less than 10 seconds.
Not only did he touch it and admire it, he assaulted Christian before the match even happened.
Actually, it was after it was over. He didn't even get his jacket off by the time Christian hit the kill switch.
Yeah, it was after. I'm tripping.
It was fun. Good times. All right. So, Keshawn, what was your thoughts on the NXT Women's Title match?
It was good. Like, hang on a sec. Hang on. Hang on. Someone else can go. I gotta do something real quick. I'm getting a call. Hang on.
All right, no problem.
I'll take over.
What was your thoughts on the NXT Women's Title match?
Yeah. I'll take over. Yeah, I mean, my opinion, this is really good. In my opinion, the women in NXT are really picking up the place. They're picking up the place, all right, but they're picking up the pace in wrestling, in my opinion. And this match was it was really good, in my opinion. And there were a few hit spots where it was kind of slowing down a little bit. And there were spots where it's it's a little repetitive, but overall it was really good. The right winner won. And Raquel ain't losing anytime soon, man. And if you thought Ember Moon was going to actually beat Raquel, then I'm sorry, but too bad. And overall, it was a really good match. I think the match flowed well. And, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, Raquel Gonzalez is definitely a credible threat. She beat Io Shirai to win the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah.
And Io Shirai was champ for over 300 days and beat all challengers. And all the challengers were tough. So, it's going to take a pretty big star in order to, to take the title off of Raquel Gonzalez, because she first came in 2020 at NXT Portland as the muscle bodyguard for Dakota Kai, and now she's more of a star than Dakota Kai.
Yep.
That's funny to think about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Keshawn, you back?
Is.
All right. What I was trying to say was, I actually like this match, and even though I can't believe I'm to say this, yeah, I did. We all know I did not want Io to lose the title just yet. I wanted her to hold it for 365 days, but then I realized, yeah, it was time for her to lose it. So at least she lost it to. So I'm glad she lost it to someone like Raquel Gonzalez. Even though, in the TakeOver Stand and Deliver podcast portion of the podcast for WrestleMania, I called her Rachel, which I still do sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Rachel.
Yes, Rachel. I still do that sometimes. And
She does look like a Rachel.
Hey, she kind of looks like a Rachel. Me, at least.
Actually,
she does.
I came up with something.
Hmm?
I came up with something. All right. Wait, it's you refer to Raquel as Rachel?
Yes.
Huh. Okay, Sean.
Oh, wow.
That was a good one.
You clever bastard. You clever. You're clever, you know that. You are clever.
I'm Christian freaking Maracle. Of course I'm clever. Okay, continue on.
But yeah, I've been a fan of Ember since her feud in NXT with Asuka. That's when I really started to become a fan of her. And then when she won the title at TakeOver War Games, I actually popped more for that than I did for the War Games match, honestly. And then she got called to the main roster, but now she's finally back at NXT. And after seeing what her and Raquel Gonzalez did, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either, actually.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
This man almost said remake. Oh, my God.
You're fine.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Hey, NXT's got a Great American Bash special coming up.
Yeah, that needs to be a rematch. Joe, please make that match.
Samoa Joe doesn't even make the rules.
Yeah.
Was that birds?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say.
I was like, was that birds I just heard?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're beautiful.
See?
The birds agree, by the way. Raquel Gonzalez is a better champ than Io Shirai.
Now you've done it.
I can understand. I
Shit.
speak bird language. Okay. Either that or they just want to give us their thoughts. All right. Hey, birds. What was your thoughts on the NXT Women's Title match?
Shit, they'll talk.
Okay, they're not talking to me. Okay.
Exactly.
It was worth a shot. Anyway, we talked about the match itself. It was good. But now we want to address something. Heel Balor, you know more about this than almost the rest of us, so go ahead and let us know.
No,
what's going
not
on.
really.
Oh, really?
All my brothers in here know about it.
Okay, well,
I
I'm
guess
just
I'll
saying,
say
I'll let you talk more on it then.
Okay. I'll talk a little bit about it, and I'll let the others talk about it. So, and I'm going to address some things, obviously, that might get me fired or whatever, but I'm going to bring it up. Same when we get to the NXT champion as well.
Wait, back up. Did you just say it might get you fired? Dude, you're not getting fired from this. Just watch what you say, though. Like, don't go too far.
Hell yeah, of course. Anyways, so... Oh, my gosh. Okay, Beast, do you want to take over for me for a bit and talk about it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I got
Let
you.
me deal with this.
So, Raquel Gonzalez, I heard that she basically, I think it was over politics and shit like that. I'll say this. I don't care who supports who. I don't care if a wrestler supports a certain political party. You know, politics should not be involved in wrestling. Like religion or race relations, politics, those three should not really be brought into wrestling that much. Like, yeah, you can use real life situations and use them in a storyline. But if you are saying, oh, this wrestler supports this politician or they're of this religion or blah, 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 so we don't like them anymore, that's bullshit. I don't like how people are like, oh, if you support Trump, then you're evil. Like with oh, hey bro. Like with Cross, you know, like I don't like that. I think politics should not be in wrestling. I've never liked it. I think you know, it's like someone following a certain political party does not define their character. You know, I think people need to look past that because they're too brainwashed nowadays by the mainstream media with politics and all this shit. You know, they think when someone likes a certain politician, that certain person is bad because they support that politician, which is not the case at all. You know, like I said, I will say it again. I don't care who a wrestler supports. You know, it is not them as a person. Like, all you know and all you see is the wrestler on your TV through a screen. You don't know the actual person.
Not to mention, of course, that's a character you're looking at, not the real life person.
Exactly.
It's like if you're watching a movie, example, you're watching Star Wars, you see Kylo Ren. Do you know you're looking at a character named Kylo Ren? You're not looking at freaking Adam Driver. In some ways, yes, you're looking at Adam Driver because he plays him, but it's not Adam Driver the person. It's Adam Driver playing Kylo Ren. You're looking at the character here. Same with wrestling. You're not looking at... Here's the thing. You're looking at Raquel Gonzalez. You are not looking at Victoria Gonzalez, the person.
Exactly.
I guess I'll say my piece on this entire topic.
All right.
I do think that people need to leave politics out for wrestling. And I'm going to mention as well, whether people like it or not, y'all are the people who canceled the Velveteen Dream over some bullshit. That was obviously there was no proof, anything about the Velveteen Dream. You all know it. And I guess my buddy Kashawn can back me up on that because he knows it more than anybody. And I think people need to leave political opinions out of pro wrestling. Oh, but Will, there's so many things. You know, but look at this. But politics are in wrestling. Okay, then. If they're in wrestling, if it's a storyline, fine then. Don't freaking put it in the wrestling.
Here's the thing.
Keep it out.
If that's the case, how come people haven't canceled Chris Jericho? He's a Trump supporter.
Exactly. Apparently Alexa Bliss is a Trump supporter.
Where's all the cancellations for them? Oh, wait, you don't care about that because it's Chris Jericho.
Oh, no, Christian. They care. They care because they won't let the whole thing that happened on January 6th with the whole Capitol riots shut down. So like, oh, but Jericho, and they keep making fun of him and all that garbage. And Kashan, I was talking a bit about the whole Velveteen Dream situation. I think you know more than anybody.
Yeah,
go for it.
And there were actually people who were trying to cancel me and Will because we already knew that he didn't do it. Because like months before this, even like when it first started, a screenshot got leaked of the quote unquote accuser flat out admitting that she lied. That accuser straight up lied. And then when he explained everything after he got released, everyone was like, well, why didn't you say this before? Y'all never gave him a chance to explain himself because every time he tried, everyone's just like, oh, get out of here. We don't want you here. You're a pedophile. Get out of here. And I'm like, and this whole time I'm just like, let him explain that. But they never let him explain what was going on.
It's just like back when the Sasha stands were attacking us for not supporting that match being the main event of that WrestleMania.
I was just about to get to that. Yeah, the whole thing with Sasha, the whole, I'm going to say it right here. The Sasha Banks fans, whether good or bad, are nothing more than a freaking cult. That's what they are. Get used to it. Get pissed in the comments. I don't freaking care. You guys are crazy. You guys are insane. Now, I granted, some of y'all are very cool and tight. I know a few good people. I love you guys, by the way. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about you guys who are constantly attacking. That goes with all wrestling and cancel culture. And yes, people, cancel culture is real. It's not based about Republicans and the Democrats, whoever the heck y'all are talking about in that political spectrum. Yeah, it is real. Just ask any of these gentlemen in here. It's real. Go ahead, boys, tell them.
Another thing about the whole Velveteen thing, they think it's funny that they basically just cost the innocent man his job.
Yep.
They flat out cost the innocent man his job. And the other accuser was in a wrestling group chat that was racist.
Yep.
The fact of the matter is, like, over here on the internet, the internet is really dangerous these days. Because, like, here's the thing:
it is.
You can be innocent, but they don't care. They just want to cancel people because they feel like they can just do it because there's no innocent until proven guilty. It's guilty, and even guilty past proven innocent.
So I'm just gonna ask this question here. I'm not even a question. I'm gonna ask this. So if something very bad happens to Dream, you guys will be responsible. Every single one of y'all will be responsible. YouTube, you can take this shit down. We don't freaking care. This needs to be said, and it needs to be said.
Well, technically I care, but go ahead.
Oh, of course. Okay,
you forget whose turf this is? This is my turf.
Hey, I've been on this stuff for 2 months.
Go ahead.
And, basically, what we're trying to say here is, people, cancel culture is real. Whether you like it or not, it's real. And the political spectrum that you guys are getting at and hating on Raquel Gonzalez, to my boy Cross. Shout out to my boy Cross, by the way. And you guys are insane. Finn Balor follows the president. You think of course I cared at first. I was like, I don't give a shit about Joe Biden. Fuck him. I don't give a shit about the last president either. Fuck him too. But at first, was I pissed? Yeah, I was like, why are you following this idiot and this weirdo? Why are you following him? And I'm like, but then, I calmed down a little bit. I'm like, you know what? Finn Balor can do what the heck he freaking wants. Who cares? Fergal Depp can do what the heck he freaking wants. I'll forever support Finn Balor. Send him to Becky Lynch. You guys know I love Becky Lynch as well. And, just keep politics out of. And I know what y'all going to type in the comments below. Keep politics out of wrestling. Y'all are talking about it. Y'all are talking about in the wrestling. Well, it's a podcast for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. You don't like it, don't watch us. That goes the same for pro wrestling. I think these gentlemen know about that more than anybody on the spectrum. And, Beast, I think you can explain a little bit more than I can if you want to.
So, here's my deal with it. So, one, about the whole cancel culture thing, I agree it is 100% real because I don't want to say I was canceled, but I was getting close to it. Because it was Tony Khan's promo about, he mentioned WWE, and I got pissed. I got heated. I then tweeted it, like a few days after the fact. I woke up, I was having a shitty day that day anyways, and I usually wouldn't let that stuff get to me. People were quoting tweets, they're quoting my tweet, and they were basically, saying, oh, if needs bitches was ever a tweet, and blah, blah, blah. I was laughing it off then, and then, I woke up the next day, and I was having a bad day. And again, I usually don't let that stuff get to me, but that day it did, and I was just like, man, everything is just bad today. And I sent out a tweet, and I was like, all right, I'm taking a little break, and I did the whole Twitter voice message thing, and I said, I do think that I got heated, and I realized how dumb it was to get that heated over something like that. And I said, and I have some anger issues at sometimes, so when I see something that I don't like, I get really upset, and I get mad. And then I realized later on how stupid it was to get that mad at something. But I do not apologize for speaking my opinion. All I want is for everyone to just enjoy the wrestling and to just all of us to just get along. But that'll never happen. And I think that's truly a loss in the wrestling world because it's all the same business. It doesn't matter. And now I'm kind of over it. Like I say, if you stand one company over the other, that's fine. Just don't be a dick about it. I mean, me, I don't like one company over the other. I'm just a wrestling fan. But if you like one company over the other, that's fine. Just don't be an asshole about it. And to the people that are coming after, Velveteen Dream and Piper Niven and and everyone else. And they're saying that I'm kind of over the whole Dream situation. I think he's innocent. But you know what? If you have your own opinion on it and you think that he's guilty, whatever. If you think he's innocent, whatever. But this is where I draw the line. Don't wish death on somebody. That is where I draw the line.
Man, it happened to me. Don't wish death. And another good example. Hang on, Beast. Let me pause right there, brother. Let me say this before I. And plus, I paused the podcast, I guess, because I gotta get going for a few minutes. But what I'm gonna do is that I'm still gonna be in the car and shit. I'm still gonna have the podcast on, so I might pop in here and there whenever y'all need me. But I'm gonna be mute for the most of the time. That's cool.
That's fine.
All right, and I want to bring this up before I kind of have to dip for a bit. TJ, shout out to my brother TJ. Of course, he brings up his opinions as well. He's part of our crew and he's part of our little pack on Skype and all that. He gets tagged for his opinions. A good example is like when he spoke about his opinions on All Elite Wrestling and his opinions on the company and all that and what they do and what they say and all that mumbo jumbo. What did they do to TJ? They came after him, attacked him, destroyed him, broke him, all that stuff. And I think people need to realize that people have feelings. Don't go after people. And this is regardless of my friends still. This goes for anybody. Don't attack people. Y'all are attacking the NXT champion because y'all are saying, oh, well, he's mid. Well, I guess you have a mid account out there, ladies and gentlemen, because the opinions that you are saying, it's fine if you don't like the NXT champion and all that. And it's fine if you don't like the NXT women's champion. But yet y'all are going out here and canceling the NXT champ and the women's champ and whoever, Piper Niven. Y'all are canceling Eva Marie, blaming her for the firings that happened this past month, which, by the way, are not WWE's fault anyways. I mean, well, of course they are. I mean, well, I don't know how to explain that one. It's pretty fishy and, you know what I mean? Yeah. But in wrestling, like, I'm going to say it again. Shout out to my buddy Leo the Phenom. He said it best. I think Christian said it best as well. It is a business. It's a business. It's wrestling.
I recently quoted it as, WWE is not your company, so don't worry about it.
You are not Vince McMahon. None of you Twitter warriors out there. You, as a quote from my buddy Finn Balor, you are not Twitter tough guys. Okay? Stop. Enough. Like, y'all don't control the company. Now y'all are trying to do this whole shtick once again with the Sasha shtick. With this whole thing of like, oh, well, they should main event SummerSlam over Roman Reigns and John Cena. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing any hashtags. We're not doing any hashtags, which I want to say this here. Hashtags don't do anything except cause chaos and anarchy, and you know it.
Yeah. It's like,
that's all I got to say about this one.
That's all good. All right, so you're going to be popping in and out?
Yeah, I'll be popping in and out.
All right.
And what's up? Yeah. And there was another thing I forgot to mention.
All right.
There are people out there who are legit trying to cancel who's a female who's on the card for Hell in a Cell, that being Alexa Bliss, all because who she voted for. Like, just leave Alexa alone. She's already been through enough already.
Yeah.
In the past few weeks, she's been through too much. Too much.
Yeah. We're just we're actually not gonna go ahead and bring up the Alexa stuff because, well, as we all quoted it, she has been through a lot. All we want to just basically say is, like, you know, like what you like on TV. Here's the thing, like, judging someone, like, by their personal life and everything is one thing, but, you know, trying to cancel them over certain decisions they make, like, you know, if, depending on who they voted for or something, in, like, elections, politicians, anything like that, it's honestly not relating to what they do in wrestling. Politics is not wrestling, no matter what people want to say it is, and, you know, everybody has a right to say certain things, but, you know, desperately trying to cancel people all because it's for your personal enjoyment is just wrong, and it's the reason why this community is a lot more toxic now than it ever has been before. It's because you think you got all this power when in reality you're powerless.
Exactly.
I 100% agree.
And plus, people on social media, of course, I think Christian got, you know, a little bit, quote unquote, attacked for this thing this past week. You know, a good buddy of mine came at Chris and said, "Oh, you don't have any fans." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You've seen his YouTube channel?"
Wait, that was a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa, I did not expect that. I said it just to be a random hater.
I was like, what the heck? I talked to him, like, what are you doing? I talked to him in DMs. I'm like, what are you doing, man? And he's like, well, he's doing this bullshit and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, well, he's a YouTuber and he's pretty big. Like, whether you like it or not. Of course, he's not famous on Twitter and all that but like everywhere else, he is, you know, people know him in the community, in the wrestling community, not around the world, obviously, but not in the wrestling community. He is well known.
Well, technically, I am known around the world. I got fans from all around the world.
And Chris, don't you have a play button?
Okay, yes, I do, but that's not the point. The point of the matter is, like, people can look at my optimistic empire, look at it as just, you know, followers, not fans. I'm like, here's the thing. Here's the one thing that that your friend Willie, no offense to him, probably does not realize, and that's people have actually approached me as I've signed autographs and taken pictures with random people who are fans of my stuff. And here's the thing: if they were followers, they wouldn't have asked for that. Signing autographs, taking pictures. Being nice also. Here's the thing. I was even involved in a few people who actually were just video recording me, annoyingly. That was seriously annoying one time. All because I was Christian Maracle. They're one of the favorite YouTubers. So I've been involved in a lot of things that a lot of famous people have been involved in. Fact is, I'm not trying to say I'm a famous guy. I'm not boasting about that I have all this big following. Here's the thing. Like, my views on YouTube are not as big as they used to be. A big part of that is because wrestling is not as big as it used to be. The same thing is going for all the other wrestling YouTubers. Nobody is as big as they were 5 years ago. But the fact of the matter is, it's not about the views for me. It's the fact that I love doing this. I just keep going with it. And those who support me, they're still my fans. And, you know, honestly, I have a good following still, all right? I get tens of thousands of people still watching my content every single week. I'm trying to put out content for them, even while battling my own personal life. I don't really need all this people trying to accuse me of calling my fans. Well, here's the thing. They are my fans. They are my fans. They say they're my fans. I know they're my fans. They enjoy what I do. I make stuff for them because they're my fans and because they enjoy. If they enjoy, they're my fans. If they support me, they're my fans. That's exactly what that means. Followers, fans, sometimes they're the same thing. So I'm just saying, I have fans. I am enjoying my time here. I know that the views are not as big as they used to be. Hell, I always knew that the podcast wouldn't get as many views as the Sins videos, but I don't care about that because I enjoy doing this with my friends, my losers, and I'm having a good time. And the fact of the matter is, this is a community because we love to do what we do. This is not about getting famous, getting the most numbers and everything. I enjoy what I do because I look at my fans as my friends as well. Because you know what? They support me when a lot of people would not. So that's where I'm at. Send this to your friend if you can.
It's about respect as well in this community.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I think
with me, it's like there's not that many people who think about what's doing.
Yep. Okay, we are going to move on to the main event of TakeOver, because that was the Fatal 5-Way match for the NXT Championship, where Karrion Kross defended against Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne, and Adam Cole. Coleslaw, baby!
I made that joke on Twitter like a few days ago, and everyone was in stitches. It was so funny.
Hey, do you remember that awesome line from Adam Cole? It was, you know what they do to make Adam Cole great? They ring the freaking bell. That was good.
I think Beast can talk about this way more.
And Karrion Kross, I just love how he said, "Give me all of them."
That's really what I do when I go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Give me all. That's legit what I say sometimes.
Okay.
I'm not even playing around.
Okay, I admit that. It's actually funny. All right, remind me.
That's really me. That's legit me.
Okay, if we ever meet up, let's make sure we go to McDonald's. I want to see that with my own eyes.
Dude, legit.
All right.
Rolls up to McDonald's and plays over the radio, the Cross little segment.
All right, so Beast Willie said you know more about a lot about this NXT main event, so I'll start with you. What is your thoughts on the NXT Fatal 5-Way Championship match?
So the Fatal 5-Way Championship match, my opinion, match of the night. It was so damn good, and the spot where O'Reilly and Cole powerbombed Cross into the announce table, and the table didn't break. Oh, when that table didn't give, and he just kind of was draped over the table. That was a good spot. That got a pop out of me. But the main spot that really got me going was the double super kick from Adam Cole and Gargano. Oh my sweet baby Christ! That double super kick. I was at a loss for words at first, but like I popped my head off like that, dude. I was erupting. Like I was like, holy shit! And then my mouth was open. I was like, bro, this is insanity. Like that spot was one of the best spots of the night, other than the ladder match spots. Now the ending is the only thing I have a gripe with, because when Cross choked out O'Reilly, I wouldn't have had him choke out O'Reilly, because I would have had him choke out Adam Cole. Given the fact that I think it was the Go Home show where him and Adam Cole did the promo, and it was the line that you said, Chris, you know, when Adam Cole said the thing they do to make Adam Cole special is they ring the frickin' bell. That promo that Cole and Cross did was phenomenal. And people online were saying, oh, Adam Cole buried Karrion Kross. Adam Cole destroyed Karrion Kross. And blah, blah, blah. Here's the fact. The fact of the matter is Adam Cole did not bury Karrion Kross. People throw the word bury around like they're handing out candy nowadays. And it's stupid because I think people have forgotten what the word buried means. Cole did not bury Kross. Cole just got more mic time than Karrion Kross. He hurled insult after insult after insult at Karrion Kross because Adam Cole is one of the best promos in NXT right now. Kross is great on the mic, but in my opinion, he doesn't even match Adam Cole's promos. Which is why they had Karrion Kross not say a word to Adam Cole. Kross was just staring a hole through Adam Cole the entire time because Cole was hurling insults and insults at Kross, and Kross was just taking them because Kross was staring a hole through Adam Cole the entire time. And basically he was saying, okay, you want to hurl all these insults at me? Cool. I'll suplex you on your neck 5 times, then you'll see how you feel. That's exactly what he was saying. Which is why I would not have Kross choke out Kyle O'Reilly. I would have had Kross choke out Adam Cole because of that promo. Then Kross would have looked down the camera at all the haters and said, see what I can do.
Not bad.
And plus, to me, Kross is like one of those people that doesn't even need to say anything. He can just say everything that needs to be said with just a look.
The look in Cross's eyes when Adam
That
Cole
just tells you
was
everything that you need to know in a promo.
Yeah. The look in his eyes when Cole was just going at him. Cross looked like he wanted to murder this son of a bitch. It was so good.
Like when remember when the first time he saw Finn and Finn slightly turned his head, he was like, "So what took you so long?" He just looked at him with his arms crossed, and he was like, and he was just staring at him. That told you everything you need to know.
Absolutely. And that's why I would have had Cross choke out Adam Cole. That is the only thing I would have changed in this 5-way match. I thought the 5-way match was amazing. Again, my opinion, really match of the night. It was so damn good. It was one of the best 5-way matches I've seen in a while. It really just had all the bells and whistles. It had great spots. It had great wrestlers. It was definitely a great way to end this takeover. And it had the star power that it needed, but just the ending, I would have had Cross choke out Adam Cole instead of Kyle O'Reilly, and then have Cross like point at Adam Cole after the match and say, "See what I can do."
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
All right. Kmoney, your thoughts on the NXT
Really
Championship
good,
match?
really good.
I was on board for that main event, and it's funny because a couple of weeks before that, when they had that fatal 4-way match, and then Cole got involved, everyone at first we all started to get pissed. We was all like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck was this decision?" And then I figured out. Sorry, I figured out when Cole came out to cut a promo, and then Cross's music hit. I'm like, wait a second, they know what I think they're doing. Then Regal showed up, and then he was like, "Regal, shut up! I want everyone in the match." And I'm like,
That was so good.
and I'm like, oh yeah, but I had a feeling, because I had like deep down I had a feeling they were gonna do like a fatal 5-way, but I didn't think they were actually gonna do it. But then they did, and I'm like, and then we was all like, oh, it all makes sense as to why he interfered. But to the match itself, it was good in my opinion. In my opinion, it was the second best match of the night, right after the match with LA Knight and Karen Grimes. I had to do it, and and one of the best highlights from that match is when, but okay, obviously we all know what Pete Dunne does to people's fingers, right?
Breaks them and turns them into chicken.
Yeah, and when he was about to do that to Cross's face before he did it was so goddamn funny. Like I was legit trying to find a way to pause the stream and then show it to the rest of the guys, because I was like 30 minutes ahead, 30 seconds ahead of them, and he was like, and Cross's
minutes.
Yes, I almost said 30 minutes. Yes, I know. I'm all over the place. And Cross made the funniest face, like what? Like, I swear, if you do that, I'm gonna kill you. And then the way he sold it, dude. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing Cross versus Pete Dunne in the future. Oh no, it was a pretty good fatal 5-way and a pretty good main event.
Yep. All right. Yo, Baszler, your thoughts on the NXT Championship match?
I'll try to make this short and sweet to the point. The main event, in my opinion, was really good. I think overall it delivered. Everyone played their part right. Cross has been an excellent champion, in my opinion. I think there was not really that many faults. There were way too many spots for me to count, how many good moments in this match there were. The face-off between Kyle and Cross just gave me freaking goosebumps, because I remember I was the one back in January who said that match is coming. I said that Kyle O'Reilly would be the perfect opponent to take the title off Karrion Kross. It's coming. Just be patient. And I think this match delivered. I love the spot where they drove Kross to the door. That had me on the freaking floor, by the way. And overall, it was, in my opinion, a really fun, entertaining match. Cross was the right person to win. I know people are salty and upset, saying, "Oh, he doesn't deserve it," blah, blah, blah. Yes, he does. You guys just hating because you ain't him. And I guarantee none of you guys would say that to his face anyways. Overall, really good main event. And apologies for the background. Doesn't with the family right now. But good match overall. Right winner. And I like that we choked out. I agree with Beast that he should have choked out Adam Cole, but that's just, I don't know. I think it fit a lot better than them choking out Kyle O'Reilly, but that's just me. And that's all I got to say about it.
All right. For my thoughts on this, here's the thing. While many disagreed with the way the match ended, I actually approved of it because I like what was going on. While Kyle O'Reilly was being choked out by Karrion Kross, the one thing to note is that he refused to relinquish his hold on Adam Cole, thinking knowing actually he's about to be choked out, he's about to lose, but he'll just use every last bit of his strength to hopefully make Adam Cole tap out before Kross knocks him out. That, in my opinion, really showed the character of Kyle O'Reilly right there. That's why, honestly, it was perfect for Kyle O'Reilly to be the one to take the fall, due to the fact that he was not letting go of Adam Cole whatsoever, and hoping, even with my last breath, I can still win this match. And even if it didn't, here's the thing, imagine if Kross was about to make Kyle O'Reilly pass out, but then Adam Cole suddenly submitted. That would be cool. It just goes to show the type of new character that Kyle O'Reilly has here, and his determination to be NXT champion even when he knows he's done for. That, in my opinion, was inspiring. That's why I'm saying it was perfect that though it ended the way it did. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Karrion Kross retains his championship, and that concludes our review of NXT TakeOver in Your House. Thank you for joining us on this podcast. Just kidding. We still have something else to talk about. Who's ready to move on for predictions?
Oh, yes.
This dude.
Excellent. We are predicting WWE Hell in a Cell, which takes place Sunday, June 20th. Sorry, I'm just not used to this. What reason it is for Hell in a Cell being in June, I don't know. But you know what? It's happening, and that's all there is to it.
And it's on my 20th birthday of all days.
Yeah, June 20th. The 20th is his 20th birthday. That's cool. I still remember back on my 20th birthday, I activated my lightsaber on my YouTube channel.
I remember when I was 20. Kind of.
I'm gonna go look for that lightsaber video on your channel after this is over.
That's not wrong if you do that. That's actually cool. Hell in a Cell, ladies and gentlemen, is taking place Sunday, June 20th. And this is actually interesting. This is the final pay-per-view to take place at the Thunderdome because, ladies and gentlemen, next month the WWE is going back on tour.
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see the fans back. It's been a long time coming, and the energy is just gonna be insane, man. Especially what's rumored for SummerSlam. And SummerSlam's gonna be big itself. Holy crap.
I can't wait for our Losers Lounge podcast for SummerSlam.
Dude, it's gonna be great.
That is gonna be awesome, absolutely. But Hell in a Cell will not just be the last pay-per-view to take place in the Thunderdome, but it's the only pay-per-view to take place at the Thunderdome twice. You look back. All other pay-per-views have either not been at the Thunderdome or have only been there once. In the case of, take a look, Backlash. Backlash was at the Performance Center and the Thunderdome. WrestleMania was only at the Performance Center, and then, of course, this year it was at Raymond James Stadium in front of fans. Money in the Bank, Performance Center only. Extreme Rules, Performance Center. SummerSlam, well, was at the Thunderdome, but then this upcoming SummerSlam is going to be in front of fans. So Hell in a Cell marks the only pay-per-view to be at the Thunderdome twice. That's historic. And I'll be perfectly honest, last year's Hell in a Cell in 2020, that was a fantastic Hell in a Cell event. After 2 consecutive years of Hell in a Cell matches ending in no contests, we finally had a great Hell in a Cell pay-per-view with the likes of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, Sasha Banks and Bayley, and even McIntyre and Randy Orton was a good Hell in a Cell match, even if it wasn't as good as the other 2. That's the best part about this. That's why I've got good faith about what we got on the lineup. So, folks, here's what we're going to start to talk about first. This is the first match we're going to talk about, and that is Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler.
Get your freaking popcorn for this one.
This is interesting. I will say, like, the supernatural stuff, the doll, the Lily doll, it's interesting. What the fuck? I'm not even gonna fucking do this. I can't even do it. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, guys. Alexa Bliss and the whole thing with the doll and the whole thing with Shayna Baszler, I'm sorry, but this just kind of sucks. I get she's cool in the supernatural thing, but she's not the Fiend. She may have taken the Fiend's powers, but she didn't take the one most important power, and that is she's not that good, honestly, in comparison to the Fiend. And not to mention bringing the doll, it's not exactly working out. I apologize. I'm optimistic about this match, but I'm sorry. I can't take this seriously. Anybody else agree with me?
I guess I'll send a little piece. I think the others. Yeah, I respect your opinion. In my opinion, I think the whole thing is just it's entertainment. Of course, that's what pro wrestling is. That's what in the name WWE is. It's entertainment at the end of the day. And people are calling 2 weeks ago the worst ending in wrestling. How?
Yeah, we've seen way worse. Trust me. We watched Goldberg. We watched Goldberg defeat the Fiend. We've seen worse.
Oh, legit, man. I think this is. Yeah. I mean, I personally think it's pretty fun, entertaining. It's your opinion. If you don't like it, it goes to anybody out there. But I also say this, man. If you don't like it, then this is everybody else. Don't watch the freaking show. Simple as that, man. I think it was pretty good. I think the whole thing with Alexa Bliss is it's pretty fun. I think it's entertaining. Plus, she's hot as heck. I'm enjoying it.
So, partner.
But yeah, of course she's not the Fiend, but I guess I don't know what they did with this. Did she snatch the Fiend's soul at WrestleMania? Like, what did she do? But overall, in my opinion, I think this is pretty interesting. You got people out here calling this the whole thing just not entertaining and just calling it mid. Really?
Well, I wouldn't. Really? Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't really label it as like not entertaining. It's entertaining, yes. It's just not as.
Exactly. Yeah. I think with the whole thing, it's just something new. I think she's enjoying it, and I don't know, Shayna. I think Shayna's being built back. I don't know what they're doing with Shayna Baszler, but yeah, I don't know what to say. That's my thoughts on it.
At least with the way I'm saying it, I'm letting it down easily. I'm not full on assaulting. I'm just saying, like, it's entertaining, yes, but at the same time, just not as in comparison to all the previous crazy supernatural things we've seen over the years. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's also not the best thing ever. It's actually not even in between. I would call it in the mixed to negative region. Mixed to negative. Something like that. Willie, your prediction on the match, though?
Alexa's going over. I've said.
All right. Kashan, your thoughts on Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler?
Me, I'm all for this match, and there are actually people who are on Twitter that said that how Raw ended last week. They are legit saying, I'm not even kidding, that it was the worst segment on Raw. That it was even worse than Katie Vick. I'm like, no, it isn't.
No,
like it's not even close. Not even close. Like,
nope.
It's like you said, Christian. It's storytelling. It's storytelling. That's what this whole thing is. And yeah. No, I think Alexa's having too much fun with this. A little bit. And then again, she looks like she's very fond of the weird Exorcist version of Angelica from Rugrats. But who am I to judge? Yes, that's exactly what Lily looks like. I'll show you a side by side later on. On
I cannot get that in my head now.
Oh my god!
Hell, Lily even laughs like Angelica. just like Angelica.
She does. No joke.
But yeah, but with this whole, but I'm really eager to see how exactly Reginald is going to get involved. Because like we saw on Monday, it looked like he was brainwashed by Alexa Bliss. Like how he was moving his head the same time she moved her head and stuff like that. So I'm really eager to see exactly how he's going to get involved. But other than that, but with that being said, I got Alexa winning by supernatural shenanigans.
All right. Okay. And now, Beast, your thoughts on Alexa and Shayna?
I think, I think that what Alexa's doing right now, I do agree, Christian, that, in comparison to The Fiend and like the Firefly Funhouse, Alexa's Playground pales in comparison. But I think she's having a lot of fun with it, and it's kept me intrigued so far, especially like a segment on Raw they did with the ending. The whole possession thing of Reginald, like, that was weird. It had me hooked. I was like, okay, I mean, all right, if we're going this way, we might. And if it's the last pay-per-view in the Thunderdome and it's the second Hell in a Cell in the Thunderdome, you might as well go balls to the wall with it. If they're gonna do this Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler thing, they might as well go crazy with it. If it's the last pay-per-view in the Thunderdome, just go insane with the supernatural bullshit. Like, have no limits. Just, again, last pay-per-view in the Thunderdome, go crazy. Have at it. Like, go for it. Like, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. I just don't want it to be terrible.
Fair point on that.
I will legit have as much fire as it did in the Firefly Inferno match.
Dude, that was such a fun match.
That was good.
Prediction for the match: Alexa going over easily, absolutely. By weird supernatural bullshit.
I'll actually be the person to say it. I think Shayna Baszler's gonna win it.
Really?
I can see it.
I truthfully believe that even despite the supernatural stuff that's going on, Shayna could still get the win here. After all, we thought Alexa Bliss was going to do something crazy at the Royal Rumble in 2021 here, and look what happened there.
That's true.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding us, Christian. By the way, Rhea, you're next. I hope you know that you're most likely next after Alexa gets done with Shayna.
That is possible, yeah.
Alexa will not forget.
Perhaps after Rhea Ripley's done with Charlotte Flair, perhaps we could have Rhea and Alexa Bliss at Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Which could lead to this. What would you guys think of this? Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, SummerSlam.
Ooh. Well, you just made Will happy. Even though he's muted, I know exactly.
Wait. What did he say?
There you go.
Nothing. I didn't say anything. Let's move on.
What did he say?
Nothing.
Wait, I'm in a library. I can't scream. What did he say?
Potentially Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, SummerSlam.
Christian, you know I love you, but do not get my hopes up because I already told these guys when Becky returns, I'm making the biggest yell ever.
It's going to be way louder than when Finn Balor won the title again.
Well, let's just hope that Willie's not inside a library at the time.
It's true.
All right, in the meantime, folks, we're going to move on. Speaking of Rhea Ripley, we're going to talk about the Raw Women's Championship match. Rhea Ripley is set to defend against Charlotte Flair in the WrestleMania 36 rematch. Very interesting, because Rhea Ripley walked into that Mania as champ. Charlotte was the challenger. In this case, it's the same situation, except the title's different. Will the same result happen? That's the big question.
I got my predictions. I guess I'll get mine out of the way.
All right, then.
I think that it's going to be a good match, and I think that Rhea Ripley's going over. Yeah, I said it. Rhea Ripley's going to go over.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will honestly believe there's not much to talk about this because, well, we've already discussed quite a number of things, and not to mention Charlotte is in the match because let's see, lost the match because of, I don't know, what was it? Lost the match to Asuka because of a distraction from Rhea Ripley. The following week, Charlotte defeated Asuka. And that's another thing. Raw, I'll be honest, I've not watched Raw in a while because it's been a lot of rematches. But the fact that, you know, we got Charlotte and Rhea at Hell in a Cell, like, okay, that should be good, but I just got this bad feeling, so I'm just going to go ahead and say Charlotte Flair is likely going to beat Rhea Ripley and win her next championship to get closer to 16. What a shame. Beast, your thoughts on Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair?
I kind of agree with you, Christian. I've got a bad feeling. Like, I love Rhea Ripley. She's so good. And she is still my prediction to retain, but I've got a bad feeling that Charlotte's going to go over. I really do. I don't want her to. I want Rhea to retain. I'm pulling for her to. But there's this feeling in the pit of my stomach that tells me, nah, fam, Charlotte's going to win, which sucks. Hoping Rhea wins. I really do. Again, it's like the Legado del Fantasma and Bronson Reed and MSK thing. Like, yeah, I'm predicting Rhea, and you know, I said, you know, I had a bad feeling that, you know, Legado was going to win. That's why I predicted them. But in this case, I'm predicting Rhea. I've got a bad feeling that Charlotte's going to win. Hopefully, Rhea proves me kind of wrong in that bad feeling sense, because I really want Rhea to go over. She's been really good as champ. That title looks so good on her. And she deserves to have a longer reign than just to lose it to Charlotte.
Have some freaking faith. That's why I'm picking Rhea to win.
Yeah, and also, like...
I'm hoping.
Okay, well, here's another thing, like, something else I want to address. What's this I hear about people saying Rhea Ripley can't cut a promo?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hang on, wait. People are saying what?
Rhea Ripley's the next person they turned on. People are saying Rhea Ripley can't cut promos, apparently.
I haven't seen any of that. That's weird.
Now, her first promo when she came to Raw, I do agree, it was more scripted than her other ones. Like, she did sound a little more robotic, kind of, but I think that's because, you know, she just came up to the main roster, and I think, you know, it was her first promo, so they gave her a promo to say, and now they're kind of like letting loose on her and be like, all right, go with your like NXT style promos. But she was so good in NXT.
All right,
Maybe she was.
Yep. I just want to quickly address that, put that out of the way. All right, that's 2 for Rhea, 1 for Charlotte. Okay, Sean, your thoughts on this?
I'm going with Rhea because she's only had it for how long? 2 months? Is that 2 months?
Yeah, she held it since WrestleMania, so yeah, 2 months.
Yeah, and I feel like she deserves at least a 5-month reign.
5 months.
So,
that's oddly specific.
Yeah, just 5 months. That's honestly 5 months.
Here's the thing.
Was the first thing that come to my head.
Okay, that has to be a good reason for somebody to be a champion for 5 months here. You gotta make sure it actually works out well. Like a big example is Roman Reigns. Bigger example is Roman Reigns. He's literally 10 months into his Universal title reign. It still feels like he just won it.
That's so true.
Yeah,
and I'm all for it.
Yeah, but back to Rhea Ripley. Like, here's the thing: as soon as she's got a feud with more than just Asuka and Charlotte Flair, obviously.
Yeah, like I was saying, she could, like, maybe I can't believe about to say this, but oh god, this is gonna make me feel worse. This is gonna make me feel bad. But bring EO to Raw.
Unfortunately,
I can't believe I said that either.
Based on what we saw, Io Shirai is still in NXT.
I'm just saying, if this really is, like, if her match with, because we all know that she's about to get a tag team match against Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, and if this is one of her last matches in NXT, bring her to Raw, because Raw really needs some star power women, some more star power women wise.
Absolutely.
And if they really did break up Nia Jackson and Shayna Baszler, maybe when Shayna is done with Alexa, and if that feud with Alexa and Rhea doesn't happen, then they can restart their feud that they had at NXT.
That is
Rhea
true.
and Shayna.
Rhea Ripley is the one who ended Shayna's 400+ title reign.
Yeah, that's true. And I remember watching that with a friend of mine.
Yep, that was good. So, in this case, like that's 3 for Rhea, 1 for Charlotte. I just picked Charlotte because I just got this bad feeling because Charlotte Flair and winning championships.
It is
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, by the time she retires, she's probably gonna be like a 55-time women's champion or something.
Oh boy. Quantity.
Lord.
Well, here's the thing, folks. Quantity means nothing if you have bad quality in each one of them. But not all of Charlotte's reigns were bad.
Oh, but I know exactly which ones of her reigns were terrible.
Any of them that lasted less than 2 weeks.
That and when she kept playing hot potato with the damn belt against Sasha.
Yeah.
I can't believe I actually liked that when I was younger.
That was weird.
Then again, I was only a couple of years younger. I can't believe I liked that back then.
We're going to move on to the next match, and the next match is the SmackDown Women's Championship as Bianca Belair is defending in a rematch against Bayley. Now, what happened at WrestleMania Backlash was Bianca got the win while using her braid of hair to pin. And it's almost...
Braid of hair.
But can I actually say something regarding this match?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Christian's finally lost it. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, here's the thing. It was Bianca who challenged Bayley to a rematch at Hell in a Cell.
Or Balanca, as Michael Cole put it.
Balanca. And not to mention, this is not Bayley. This is Brock Lesnar, according to that graphic.
I didn't even see that on the show until I saw a gif of it, and I'm like, oh my god.
The first time
really?
I saw it, I thought I was tripping.
WWE Champion Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman.
I legit thought I was tripping the first time I saw that.
That was some funny shit. I was like, are you kidding? How do you mess that up?
It's a spoiler.
Perhaps, maybe. Well, we'll never know on that. But in the meantime, putting all the jokes aside, Bianca Belair versus Bayley, they had a decent match at WrestleMania Backlash. It wasn't really the best, in my opinion. It could have been better. But I honestly enjoy this right now. So far, just like Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair has got to expand her challenges. Because you can't just keep feuding with the same person over and over again.
Yeah, it's. I agree. Like, she has to expand her horizon of challengers. It's getting repetitive at this point. Like, it's like, okay,
Like hell.
Bayley versus Bianca for the 5th time. Cool.
Like hell. Feud with fucking Carmella, if it makes you feel better.
Carmella.
I just said these words.
Actually, I think I know. Rhea Ripley is going to lose the Raw Women's title to Eva Marie after Piper Niven pins Rhea.
Oh, my lord.
You know, I would actually not mind seeing Rhea and Piper Niven.
Yeah, actually, that'd be
Piper Niven.
actually, yeah, that'd be cool.
I wouldn't mind it. No.
Oh, well. But anyway, back to Bianca versus Bayley. There's not much to say about this match, so I'm just going to go straight to the point. I think Bianca Belair is going to retain the championship once again, this time with no controversy. Willie, go ahead.
Bianca.
Fair point. Beast.
Oh, absolutely, Bianca Belair. Hands down. Like, yes, there's going to be no shenanigans this time. I think it's going to be a clean victory. And Bayley's still going to complain. Like, I think, you know, after this match, it's going to be what Christian used to do in, like, the 2010s, the one more match thing, like, give me another shot and blah, blah, blah. Bayley's she's going to keep complaining, like, oh, I deserve one more shot because this happened. She's going to find, like, a little like pet peeve, like a little nitpick in the matches that she's like, no, that wasn't okay. I need another shot. And then and Bianca just be like, bitch, nah, like I already beat you. Like, come on.
You know exactly what I can say. Yeah, I was like, cut you off, but you know what I can definitely see happen. I can see her complaining that she lost because Michael Cole looked at her the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can see that.
Totally see Bayley doing that.
Bayley is gonna find the little things, and she's gonna be like, "Nah, this happened. I need another shot." And Bianca's just gonna be like, "What are you talking about? Like, I already beat you, and I beat you clean at Hell in a Cell. Like, no, like, just stop."
Good God, that would be hilarious as hell to think about. Oh man, that'd be awesome. But
Bayley comes out, cuts a promo. Michael, you looked at me sideways.
When is this feud with Bayley and Michael Cole going to result in an actual match between them?
Please, yes.
Like, how about, it should have been at WrestleMania this year. They actually quoted, "Hey, Michael, you want to put your undefeated streak on the line?"
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, I'd pay lots of money to see that in the stadium.
Yeah, yeah. There was Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler had a stadium match.
Oh my God. Please have that happen at SummerSlam. Please have that happen at SummerSlam.
That's in a stadium,
if it happens, I'm blaming you. If it happens, I'm blaming you.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it also is intergender. Anyways, I was saying it's also intergender.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Michael can get no offense in.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, he wouldn't get any offense anyway.
Not with today's society.
Yeah. And Keishan, your prediction on the SmackDown Women's Title match?
I got Bianca beating Bayley clean, and then I can't believe I'm about to say this. This probably isn't gonna happen. But why isn't I can actually see Bianca saying, if you spend less time laughing like that little doll on the other show, you would actually beat me.
Wow.
Oh, that would be a good promo.
Not bad.
Like seriously, on that episode of SmackDown, like on a recent episode, one of the recent episodes of SmackDown, I think was it 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
When Bayley started laughing and was all over the Thunderdome screens.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
And I actually, and I asked, well, I'm like, well, did this bitch just get possessed by Lily?
I think she did.
Bruh.
Oh my God. That's something to think about. All right.
Oh my God, her and Seth, dude. Oh my God, that needs to happen more.
All right, who's ready to talk about the Hell in a Cell matches?
Yeah, let's talk some hell.
Yes.
Yep. The first one is a
go down the
last
hill.
chance Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. If Drew McIntyre does not win, then he will not be able to challenge the title as long as Lashley is champion. So in other words, I pick Bobby Lashley to retain.
Something about that stipulation sounds so familiar.
We've had this
Exactly.
stipulation so many times.
Oh, I absolutely agree, Christian. Bobby's definitely going over. No questions asked. Like it's got to happen. Like Drew, he's great. He's so good, but he's had the championship twice.
Wait, hold on a second. Willie, are you outside?
Yeah, hang on one sec.
All right, go ahead, Beast.
Keep going.
So yeah, Drew's held the title twice.
Yes.
He's carried the company through the Performance Center era. He was a great champion.
Pretty much throughout
He
the
had a
entire
great run.
pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he was a great champion, but his time was up. I think Bobby's gonna beat him. It's gonna be a hard hitting Haas match. Like,
Sorry, I got the hiccups.
oh, you're good. I think there's gonna be a bunch of cage spots. There might be maybe even a little bit of blood at some point. This match is going to be destructive.
And by blood, we're not talking about the color of the actual cage itself.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be perfectly honest. I'm someone who actually likes the red cell. I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, it's okay.
It's all right.
It's all right. It has its place now. Like, I think, stuff does need to change up. I mean, it's not terrible. They could have gone with worse colors. I mean, I think red really. I mean, if they're going with
like pink,
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Or purple. No offense, Christian.
Imagine a pink Hell in a Cell, because remember, in October is Cancer Awareness Month. Imagine if the cell was pink.
Oh my god! Hell in a pink cell.
I actually wouldn't mind that.
A pink Hell in a Cell. Huh.
But yeah, Bobby going over, absolutely. It's going to be a hard-hitting match. It's not going to be for the faint of heart. It is going to be destructive. It's going to be brutal, but Bobby definitely wins. Absolutely.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay, Sean, what about you?
I got my man, the almighty Bobby Lashley retaining, and to our good friend Amanda, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I give you love, Drew, but he's losing that Hell in a Cell to Bobby Lashley. Maybe one day down the road he'll be a champion for a third time, but for right now, I'm sorry, but it's Bobby Lashley's time. He's waited long enough to have this championship, and if you ask me, I feel like he should have it until. I'm gonna say until next WrestleMania he should drop it. Either next WrestleMania or God forbid if they even still have that pay-per-view, fucking Fastlane.
Wow, you want Lashley to be champ that long?
Yeah, Fastlane.
Wow.
I can actually see that happening. Maybe.
Well, here's the hope.
I hope they keep it on him.
Well, let's just hope they don't bring in a Beast Incarnate then.
Well, they're bringing a Beast Incarnate named Beast Mode.
Yeah, get it.
I will not be making my debut. I am sorry.
Actually, he will be making his debut as a ring announcer.
I would love that, actually. I can ring announce good, bro.
Yes, you can.
All right. Willie, your prediction?
I think it's going to be a hard-hitting match, just like Beast said. I think it's going to be very good. And in the end, the Almighty retains the WWE Championship. Why? I think he'll have help. He'll have help. Maybe he'll have help. Think about it.
Maybe from a certain team that likes to shake the booty? I don't know.
You're correct.
Well,
but in the end, Bobby Lashley.
You think the New Day is going to be part of the new Hurt Business?
Yes.
And more specifically, Kofi Kingston. Because I've been seeing the look in his eye when MVP was talking to him for like the past couple of weeks. Like, it's like if you look into his eyes, it looked like he considered it. Oh, and speaking of Kofi Kingston, news broke earlier that he now has another child. So congrats to him on that.
Jeez, Kofi.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kofi.
All right. I got everybody on that case. And now... out comes the head of the table. Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio? What?
What it says.
Oh.
All right, well, I might as well. Well, some people are gonna have to pick out flowers to give to Dominic.
That is true. So in other words, Roman Reigns versus half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Rey Mysterio. Even though I would have honestly preferred this was going to be Reigns versus Jimmy Uso inside Hell in a Cell with Jay as the referee, given the actual storyline going on here.
Oh, that would have ruled.
Yeah, that's actually where this is directed to. None of this says Roman versus Rey. It's a cell match for the Universal title that makes no sense. Because here's the thing. for one thing, the Universal Championship should not even be on the line because Ray only wanted to fight Roman inside the cell. He never wanted the Universal Championship. The fact that the Universal title's on the line, it doesn't make any sense. Not to mention it eliminates all possibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns is winning. That's pretty obvious now. It's a good storyline. Yeah. The better storyline is Roman Reigns and the Usos. The Mysterios are a side attraction. This whole thing is with the Mysterios is just a side attraction. That's it. That is it. Roman Reigns is winning.
Pretty much.
Roman Reigns is winning, and that's all there is to it.
It only lasted like a minute.
Yeah. There's absolutely no way Rey Mysterio is winning this whatsoever. Now, why the hell do we need to add this on the predictions? It's pretty obvious who's winning.
I mean, do you want my real predictions right now? Rey Mysterio is going to go down, and Rey Mysterio will probably never, ever wrestle again, I guess. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm not going to go that far, but Rey Mysterio, you're going to die on Father's Day, dude. You're spending your Father's Day inside the cage with an animal. And no, that's not Batista. I'm talking about Brock Lesnar. It's Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief. And the tribal chief is going to put you down. And you're going to go night-night. Rey Mysterio loses.
Yeah. Roman Reigns is not just the head of the WWE table. Roman Reigns is the head of every wrestling table.
Oh, every single wrestling table, even the ones in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Exactly. And Orlando.
That's a kiddie table. Oh, yeah. You forgot that's a kiddie table.
I swear that table in Jacksonville is like that one kiddie table that one family member who's a whole ass adult has to sit at during Thanksgiving dinner.
And not to mention he's taking everybody else's plate of food.
Goddamn right.
They call Roman. They call freaking a certain wrestler the belt collector. Roman's been collecting since day one, man.
Yeah. It's not about the quantity, the amount of belts you got. What it's about is the quality. Like I mentioned, Roman Reigns has been champion for almost 10 months now. It still feels like he just freshly won it. I think it will be the same thing when he surpasses a year as champion. It'll feel like he only won it yesterday. Because everything they've done with Roman Reigns has been perfectly executed and carefully plotted.
And this is what happens. And this is what happens when people wait for results.
Yep.
Because no one, I remember like almost no one was a fan of Roman back then. But now that he's the tribal chief, everyone hopped on the bandwagon. I never turned off Roman. Like even back in the day when damn near everyone turned their back on him, I was like, what's all the hate? I'm not turning on him.
Well, here's the thing. People's opinions can change as time goes on. Everybody knows that.
And that's why Roman is my hero.
Yep. The whole thing with Roman Reigns, ever since he returned from SummerSlam last year, everything was carefully placed, perfectly done, and it's gotten to the point where this is a guy who absolutely deserves to be champion for over a year. This is a guy who, like, here's the thing. When it comes to title reigns lasting over a year, they have to be a good reason, and this is a good reason. Roman Reigns is the best Universal Champion in that title's history. That's not saying much. But he's also the best World Champion of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think Roman's been probably the best World Champion since Daniel Bryan's last WWE Championship run in 2018. And AJ Styles as well.
Actually, I think Roman even dominates those two as well. Because Roman's title reign in pretty much 10 months has seen a lot more than they did, especially AJ Styles' entire year reign. It's AJ Styles. He was just facing Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe most of the time. And with Roman's case, he's feuded with the likes of both Usos now. Rey Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, and Edge. And putting on great match after great match, especially that 5-star classic with Cesaro at Backlash.
Oh, that match was so good.
That was such a fun match.
It did not make anyone look weak when Roman got the win. It made Cesaro honestly look determined.
And speaking of that match with Cesaro, this is actually kind of funny. We were watching that match, and when Roman put the guillotine on Cesaro, I legit could not stop screaming. I legit did not stop screaming. Like the second he put it on, I just started screaming like, "Ah! God damn it! Ah!"
It was all perfectly done.
And Will was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Exactly.
It's always good when we have a fun time, huh?
It is.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, I believe Roman Reigns is winning. Okay, Sean, your prediction?
Oh, it's easily head of the table. Roman Reigns. And I actually have an idea of something that might happen.
All right.
Somehow Dominic is gonna go into the cage. Somehow, some way. Maybe he grabs bolt cutters, right? Maybe he grabs bolt cutters to get himself to get into the cage, and then while Roman's beating the shit out of Rey, Dominic tries to stop Roman. Roman puts him down easily, and he picks him up, and he power bombs him. Not in the ring, because that'd be a little too simple. But he will power bomb him through the damn door. Like the door will break off its hinges.
Nice.
Like he was with such force that you remember how when Brock Lesnar kicked the Hell in a Cell door off and it popped right off?
Yep.
With that same force, he power bombs Dominic out of the damn door.
That would be awesome. As a matter of fact, the other thing I also like about Roman Reigns when he competes in his match, remember when the referee's trying to get him to back up and Roman even gets in the referee's face and calmly says, "You shut your mouth and you let me go to work."
Oh, man.
That'd be good.
He's like, Roman Reigns, what I like about, people are saying he needs to turn up his, raise his voice a little bit, but I'm like, no, he doesn't. This cold and calculated, sometimes hard to hear, speeches are frightening sometimes. Did you know?
Yeah.
That one talk he had with Jimmy Uso, he actually made Jimmy reconsider his things, his ways.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that. His promo from last week's episode of SmackDown when he was talking to Jimmy.
Yep. Roman Reigns. This is 2020, the second half of 2020, and pretty much this entire year is Roman Reigns' year. They finally made Roman the star that they were hoping for.
Which is good. I think,
Took him 4 years to do it.
Roman definitely deserves it.
Worked up.
Yep. Roman Reigns is the head of the table, the tribal chief. As a matter of fact, he's our head of the table.
Damn right.
Now, I've got thoughts on this match. I think Roman's going over, definitely. But, and I think it's going to be clean. It's not going to be a no contest Hell in a Cell. No, absolutely not. But he's going to go over. He's going to win, and then, oh, here's your winner, Roman Reigns. He's going to hold the title up. Everyone's going to be booing. And then he's going to look at Rey, and he's going to start beating him down again. After the match. Just, that ground and pound he does, like that. Just beating him down and beating him down. And then Dominic comes out with his mom and his sister. And they are pleading with Roman to just stop beating on their father. For God's sake, it's Father's Day. They're pleading with him. They're pleading with him, please stop. And Aaliyah's crying. And Dominic, he goes to go in, but his mom holds him back and says, no, don't go in. And Roman's looking right at Dominic and holds his father up and says, this is your father? He's nothing but a son of a bitch. And he starts beating him down and beating him down. And then Roman finally gets pulled off by some referees and some medics, and then Aaliyah gets in the ring, and then she's cradling her dad, Dad, oh my, and then Roman looks at Rey and Aaliyah, and then what Shawn Michaels did at the end of an era Hell in a Cell match, when Michaels fell back into the corner and was holding his own head in his hands, like that. Roman kind of does that. He falls into the corner and he looks at Aaliyah.
This is good storytelling.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, it's gonna get better.
And you know how? Sorry to cut you off, but you know how I would have him look at Aaliyah when she's holding onto her father. The same way he looked down at Jay at the end of that match at Clash of Champions when Paul put that thing around his neck, and he was looking like, "Sorry, you had to make me do that to you, man. I didn't want to have to do that, but you should have acknowledged me, man.
And
this didn't have to happen."
He's looking at him, and fatherhood comes crashing over this man, and he starts crying, and he holds his own head in his hands, and he's sitting in the corner, and he looks like he's crying, but then something in him snaps, and he gets up, but he doesn't do the whole ooh. He doesn't let him know. No. And Aaliyah is just there, and she gets up, and she's like shaking, right? But she doesn't notice Roman, and Roman runs towards her like he's gonna spear her. But Dominic gets in the ring, and he takes the spear for Aaliyah. And then Aaliyah's like, "Holy shit!" You know, like she almost got speared by Roman, but Dominic takes it. And then Aaliyah and her mom roll out of the ring and just they leave. And Ray and Dominic get tended to by medics, and Roman heads out, and that's how the show goes off air. Then we go to SmackDown. And how I would book this is I would have the main event of SmackDown be a handicap match. Dominic and Ray versus Roman. And I would have Dominic start off with Roman. And then like 10 minutes into the match, double down. Both men are down. And Roman's climbing the ropes. He crawls towards the ropes. And then Dominic looks at his father, and he's crawling towards his father, goes to get a hot tag, and then Ray jumps down off the apron. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Why do you do that? And Ray pulls his son in close and like holds his head to his son's head, like with the masked shit, you know, that what he used to do with like fans and stuff. He pulls Dominic in, and the camera gets right up so you can hear him, and he whispers to Dominic. He says, "I don't want to hurt this family more than I already have." And Ray sits down at ringside, and Dominic's crying, and Ray's crying, and Dominic turns around into a spear from Roman. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god!
Absolutely.
Is anybody else trembling now?
I know you can't see it, but I have the biggest, most dumbest grin on my face right now.
And Ray,
aren't you glad I brought this guy in?
Hell yeah.
Will, I love Beast. I just want you to know I love you.
Thanks, brother. Yeah.
All right.
Ray would also say, like, Dominic, I know you can do this. I've got faith in you. You're my son. You can beat this. You can beat the head of the table. You can do this. But I don't want to hurt this family more than I already have. And then he goes sit down and then spear. That's it.
And there's one thing I would change about that, though. I wouldn't just have Roman stop with the spear. I would have him do that ground and pound shit that he did that he usually does, especially like what he did to Jay at Clash of Champions before they threw the towel in.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have Angie and Aaliyah come down with a white towel, and right when they're about to throw it, Ray says, "Don't do it," and then he stomps them. And then finally, after like a whole another minute of Roman just beating the shit out of Dominic, he spears him one more time. And this spear, goddamn, this spear would be vicious, like the most vicious spear he has ever done. To the point you think that he actually broke Dominic's goddamn ribs.
Holy shit!
That vicious of a spear. And then he pins him 1, 2, 3, and then he looks at Ray, looks at Angie, looks at Aaliyah, and then smirks like, "This didn't have to happen."
Yeah,
you
all
caused
right.
the fact to happen.
Okay, well,
okay, I would. Oh, that's
we're gonna have to cut this short because I got some stuff I need to take care of.
All right.
That's okay, but each one of us has predicted, obviously, Roman Reigns to win this match. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Hell in a Cell predictions, and that concludes this week's edition of the Losers Lounge podcast. We've been talking for over 2 hours, and that was fun. This has been great. Once again, Keishawn, congratulations on the Optimistic Hall of Fame induction. I look forward to your speech on December 1st.
Thank you, brother.
Beast Mode's good to have you on this podcast, and who knows, we may have you on for future episodes.
Oh, I would love that, man.
Oh, of course, I'm always around.
Oh, got one other thing to say before you end it?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So, this goes out to a special person in my life, right? And if you're watching this on a Friday, happy early anniversary, because tomorrow, on Saturday, is our anniversary. So to my beautiful girlfriend, Katrina, I love you, and I know that you're going through some stuff right now, but you're a strong warrior. You're a strong, courageous Viking warrior, and I'll always be here for you.
Wouldn't that be Viking Raider?
Yes.
All right.
I love you, Katrina.
All right, and Heel Baszler, of course, it's always great to have you. Because, you know, this is our podcast. So, Willie, go ahead and finish the weekend with what you know what to do.
All right, I don't know if y'all can hear me, but we are the losers. This is our lounge, and see ya. Great to be back.